Some dope addicts are here.
Well, so it would today
On this day.
yeah.
In 1983, Billy Idol released his second studio album, Rebel Yell, featuring Eyes Without a Face, Flesh for Fantasy,
Great songs.
Catch My Fall,
Yeah.
and Rebel Yell.
And who's his guitarist?
Steve Stevens.
Steve Stevens. And then Billy Idol was in a band.
Gen X.
Gen
Generation
X. Yeah.
Yes.
And Billy Idol, I've interviewed many rock stars, many musicians. Maybe one of the nicest ones I've ever interviewed. He was really, really nice.
He enjoys being a rock star.
He does. And he enjoys people. And he's very accommodating.
He accommodated you?
Oh, yeah.
Well, listen, let's not get kinky, all right?
Especially when you're talking about Billy Idol.
I am no Louis
I've heard
C.K.
stories.
I am no Louis C.K. I can't stand it anymore.
Carrie and I were talking about it off the air. And
Can't stand it anymore.
when the Bill Cosby stuff came out, I was of two minds of it. I was disgusted, and you know, that side of it. But the other side of it, I was sad because I was such a fan of Bill Cosby, his stand-up, and I can't like it anymore. And that makes me, and I feel the same way about Louis C.K.
Here's the reason I wasn't sad about Bill Cosby, because even before that came out, he was a turd.
No, but
He was a turd.
He was a
moralizing jerk.
But he was a great
Many years
stand-up.
ago, yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Actually, I saw the last stand-up he did. He did it on for Netflix or did it on TV, and it wasn't stand-up. He sat in a chair most of the time,
Yeah.
and he was pretty good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he's a turd. And we got to talk about Louis C.K. today. If you haven't heard about that, we've got to talk about Judge Roy Moore. We have to talk about Matthew Weiner, who created Mad Men. You know, I mean, it goes on and on and on. And then you think, well, where does it? What is real and what isn't real? You know what's real when they apologize, Kevin Spacey, things like that. But there are other people who have said nothing or adamantly denied it. Jeremy Piven
Adamantly denies it.
Yeah, he said, no, I did not do any of that.
And maybe he did.
And maybe he
he didn't.
But it's just now this big cloud over everything. And I'm not going to use the trite and tired phrase witch hunt. I'm not going to do that. And I listened to Sean Hannity a little bit yesterday talking about all of this, and never once really, at least in the parts I heard, mentioning Bill O'Reilly or Roger Ailes or anything at Fox.
No.
It was all Bill. He started out with Bill Clinton.
Yes.
And the
Of course.
multiple women.
Go to that well.
Yeah. You know. So,
That's your base's favorite Drake right there.
so anyway, I guess we ought to get the show. Let's just get it over with. And the way we get it over with is we start officially and then we end the show.
Yes.
And we'll take your check-ins. Anything you want to say. Let's maybe lighten it up a little bit. Call in and tell us something happy and what you're doing today and why you're grateful to be alive. 877.
Maybe you're putting too much on people first thing.
Yeah, that's pretty hard to do. Although morning prayers are a thing. 877-602-9696. That's the check-in line. Just call, tell us what's going on with you today, how you think your day is going to plan out, or if you're ending your work day at this time, and some people are, tell us how you're doing and, all of that. 877-602-9696.
All right, check-ins begin and starting the show officially after this. Let's see, Alpine plastic surgery.
I want to talk to Dr. Barnett about this. There was a story, and I don't know if I saved it, but it said a woman meets the man who got her husband's face in a transplant.
Oh!
I guess that's. I wonder if Dr. Barnett has ever done a face. No,
No.
No, but we could ask him.
But he knows about
He'd
that.
be
kind
able
of
to
thing.
weigh in on it.
He's a board certified plastic surgeon up in Ogden. South Ogden, right there at the Ogden Regional Medical Center.
Yes, the Alpine Plastic Surgery Clinic is attached to the hospital, which is great.
Yeah.
I just went up and saw Dr. Barnett because it's been almost a year since I kind of had a mommy makeover, excuse me, surgery, and they say it takes about a year before everything goes
settles.
Yeah, and any complaints? I have not one complaint. I'm totally happy with.
He's
with
done
the work
stuff
he
with
did.
me as well, and he's a great guy. And so just find out for yourself at Alpine Plastic Surgery. Call and make an appointment. Ask what you would and talk to him about what you want done. It's free. 801-689-3500 or go to alpineplasticsurgery.com.
X96 wants to send you to hang out with members of U2 to
I could talk about this now because my wife's Christmas party is over, the one that she has at work. And one of the deals is they do a white elephant every year, and it's an exchange, and then they do that. I don't know what's it called, where it's like, I'll take that, and you have this.
You do like
a big swap.
Yeah, like
What's
a
it called?
like a barter. I don't know the
Something
technical
swap?
thing. Yeah.
Anyway. And she went on an Etsy site, and she sent for these crocheted coasters.
Cool.
That was the gift she was taking
Yeah,
to the party.
and the reason they were funny is they were shaped like cats' butts. So
What?
so they were round, and there was a
little butthole.
in the middle, and then there were little legs and a tail.
Okay.
So someone had crocheted those.
Okay.
So she sent for 4 of those.
Okay.
And because it was like an Etsy thing, the packaging that they send is not going to be professional.
Right.
So just essentially the person stuffed them in an envelope and put them in the mail.
In fact, the cheaper you can send them, then maybe you can keep a little bit of the postage on your end. Sure.
Exactly. So we get the envelope, and it's in this plastic bag. We care.
We care.
From the Postal Service. Now, I like the Postal Service. I like our post office. I like our postal workers.
I think the U.S. mail is great.
they do a great job.
Yeah.
This envelope was soaked in some kind of chemical that smelled like paint thinner.
Huh.
But I like the fact that above the We Care, someone had taken a label maker
Leaked on.
and made the little label that says leaked on.
So there was an accident.
So there was some sort of accident with a chemical that they were mailing that smelled like turpentine.
And they put it in that plastic bag,
Yeah.
and then
So were the cat butt coasters ruined?
Surprisingly, no. She was able to get them cleaned up, and they had a slight smell of paint thinner or turpentine or whatever.
Well, that just made them better.
yeah,
But anytime I mail a package, they ask me, "Is this flammable?" Clearly, the liquid that leaked on these cat butt coasters was flammable. Some people get to mail flammable stuff, and some do not.
Or they lie.
Or they lie.
Yeah.
But I just
Well, it's nice. So the Postal Service rescued the.
well, they just put it in that bag.
Oh, they put the whole envelope.
Yeah,
in
they
there.
put the whole envelope in the bag,
so it wouldn't get on other things.
so it
too.
wouldn't get on other things.
Because we care.
Sorry about your cat butt coasters. Gag gift.
Yeah.
But the other, whatever it is not going to get leaked on because we got it taken care of.
What's the fine print underneath all of that? Is
We sincerely regret the damage to your mail during the handling by the Postal Service. We hope this incident did not inconvenience you.
Okay.
We realize that your mail is important to you and that you have every right to expect it to be delivered in good condition.
It's not a personal message. It doesn't go into, we know these valuable cat butt coasters.
It's sincerely your plant manager, processing and distribution.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You know.
Text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
Don't you wish comedians still use the rim shot? Nobody uses the rim shot anymore. That joke deserved.
Well, some do.
The rim shot.
Actually, some do, because when you watch on the late night talk shows, when they do the monologue, sometimes the band will come in with boom, 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 boom. You know?
Yeah, they'll do so, but not very often. And I just like a good, straight, clean rim shot. And maybe people don't know what I'm talking about, but I'll bet, Kerry, you can find just a clean rim shot. So
I think I have several.
You do the joke. You know. You do? No?
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Now tell it. No, wait. Don't just play it.
Can you play the Conan little thing?
Oh, do you want me to do
can
that?
You do
and
that?
then add the rim shot?
Yeah. Can you do that?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. He's smart.
President Trump was in China yesterday. I'm sure you all saw that. Yeah. Trump, he gave a speech calling North Korea a hell no person deserves. Yeah. It's apparently a phrase he learned from Melania on their wedding night. Now listen.
Yeah. See? Classic rim shot. That's what we need.
And this is the perfect clean rim shot.
Yeah. That's it. All right. So let's officially begin the program.
Beginning the program brought to you by It's the News You Trust from the most experienced team in Utah. 2 News. Check out the new KUTV.com.
All right. The moon is, it's a waning moon, 53.5% of full. The moon will be full next, not until December 3rd. The moon will set today at 1:23 p.m., today being Friday. It's the 10th day of November in the year of our Lord 2017. And this is North America's most delicious radio broadcast. It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi. The senior executive producer and a lady-in-waiting to the Radio from Hell show is Richard Thomas Stedman. Dylan Allred, no relation, is here producing video for the show. I don't want people to think there's nepotism in this company.
No.
He's producing video. You can see that at x96.com/live. And Nick's your buddy, Nick's your pal, also no relation, here helping out with the show. It's a USMC Day.
It was Marine Corps Day?
Yeah, Marine Corps Day.
But it's Veterans Day as well.
Well, tomorrow's actually Veterans Day. Today is Veterans Day observed. Yes. And we're a bad morning show. We didn't warn you.
Oh.
The liquor stores are closed today.
I remembered after the show yesterday, and I retweeted Ben Winslow, reminding everyone.
Well, Ben is a better person for that. He
Yes.
must drink more than we do.
He must.
And I only knew because I went to the liquor store yesterday, and the sign said we'll be closed tomorrow. And then it's also Forget Me Not Day.
Ah.
I don't. So
Like the flower?
Well, and it's a day to remember family, friends, and loved ones, and buy a beautiful bouquet of forget-me-nots.
Okay.
All right, so check-ins.
Check-ins brought to you by a crash occurring every 8 minutes. To help save lives, law enforcement will be writing tickets for those who aren't buckled up. Support zero fatalities. Click it or ticket.
All right. 877-602-9696 is the number to call in to check in, just as tech support Cindy has done.
Hi, Cindy.
Good morning, lords and lady. How are you doing today?
Fine. Can you? Well, not that good. I mean, I just feel terrible about all of this, all of the political stuff and all the sexual harassment stuff. And,
There's too much news.
and the liquor store's closed.
That's the worst part.
Bill, you wanted people to
that
talk
is
about
the
happy
worst part.
things.
Yeah. What? Can you cheer me up?
Today's Friday.
Yeah.
Today's the last day of the working week.
Okay.
I won the Fat Cats gift card.
That's good.
Good for you.
So
What about us?
Bill didn't win the Fat Cats gift
No,
card.
I didn't.
you know what, Bill?
What?
I'll take you out Friday or tonight if you want me to.
Well, no, we have to work tonight.
We got our mixer tonight at the Ruin.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I never get to go to the mixers.
Why don't you get to go?
Usually, I have problems walking distances,
So do
so
I. Yeah.
parking can be an issue.
Parking
Listen.
right across the street. There's a huge parking structure literally across the street.
And if it's that big of a problem, you come and park, and I will come, or someone will come to your car and carry you to the mixer. Promise.
I don't think you can carry me, but that's a nice offer.
Well, we'll get it. We'll get a litter and put you on a litter. All right. Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for
All right.
checking in, Cindy.
Bye.
Bye. Also checking in is Amy. Hello, Amy.
Good morning, Amy.
Hello.
Go ahead.
How are you? I
Just-
said hello.
I know.
Oh.
So now cheer us up or say something funny.
Okay.
Get the rim shot ready, Carrie.
If she doesn't step up soon, I got this ready.
Seriously, man, you and me, we're done professionally.
So what are you doing today, Amy?
So, I'm going to get some new, nothing exciting, going to get some new tires put on my car and get some wires fixed and stuff. for
Wires
mixers,
fixed.
controls.
Is your wiring bad?
Well, I have a harness that I went and got replaced. and
those
then
are uncomfortable to
I
wear.
think it's shorting out.
Yeah, those are really uncomfortable to wear, and then when they short out, it's very painful, isn't it? Okay, Amy,
well,
thanks for
no.
checking in.
Thanks, Amy.
We love
Bye,
you.
Amy.
Bye.
Let's see. Let's go to Travis the Pieman. Checking in 877-602-9696. Sorry, Travis.
Not a problem. Morning, Lord to the lady. How
Good
you
morning.
doing?
Listen,
Morning.
a slice of pie would maybe.
Oh.
I don't even know if that would help.
Yeah.
Well, I'm bringing some by on Monday morning, so you have the weekend to kind of look forward to that.
You can
no.
dream of pie, Bill, all weekend long.
Exactly.
Have you already determined what pie you're making and bringing, Travis the Pieman?
It'll be a little apple something.
Oh, good.
A seasonal pie.
Good. Just kind of a more straight. Sometimes you bring exotic pies to us, and then this will be a straight ahead pie.
Exactly. And all I ask is that you do at least 50% today because I'm home with the boys. My wife's been on vacation this week, and my 2-year-old decided at 3:30 this morning that it was morning time and we should be awake. So
Sure, why not?
if you can do
You just tell him, Travis, you keep this up, no more pie.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks for checking in.
No problem. Have a good one.
Thanks, Travis. Tim the Tree Guy checking in. Let's see. Another morning taking care of the mini humans at IMC. At least I get to squeeze babies. We're in the middle of this S storm.
Oh, squeeze a baby.
Is nice. Genesee checking in.
Morning.
I'm grateful I no longer have to be bus driving Phil. I got a job at the Salt Lake Airport as a supervisor. I'll get to start next week. No more ungrateful kids.
Supervisor Phil now.
Yes, Supervisor Phil. Nightwalker checking in. Let's see. Okay, let's go to Nick. Hi, Nick.
Nick. Now,
morning, guys.
Good morning, Nick. It says once again here on our screen.
That's why I didn't say it.
That you're a hog tender.
And I know that ain't right.
But we know that you don't have anything to do with swine.
Swine or alcohol, unfortunately.
Swine or alcohol?
Yeah, they get it mixed up with bartender too.
Oh, I see. You don't. So you're a mason. Is what you are. You do bricks and what is it? Mortar. Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing a junior high out in Layton.
What kind
trying to go to the firehouse out in Bluffdale that they're going to start doing too. But
what sort of brick are they using?
It's giant block, well, not giant now, but we're doing 8-inch block and 12-inch block. The 12-inch block weighs like 50 pounds each.
You have to lift those by hand?
Yeah, stack them, stock them.
Yep.
Pretty much cut them too. Like if they need anything they need.
Mm-hmm.
They're all a bunch of crybabies too. So.
All right.
Well, try just to if they start crying, just drop one of them blocks on their feet.
You know, I try, but they all got steel toes.
All right. Thanks, Nick.
Thanks for checking in.
All right. We'll see you. Emily is checking in. Hello, Emily.
Hi.
Hello. I'm calling from Beijing.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Really?
You sound you sound nice and clear.
No delay?
No delay.
You mean you're calling
Wow.
from China?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, no. The best thing about this week is that Donald Trump is no longer in China.
His wife is still there, though. I understand.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's she stayed.
She's going to the zoo.
I don't know why she stayed behind.
She's going to the Great Wall.
Did a few things. Listen, I think part of the reason your phone call sounds so clear and good is that and you could confirm this, but I've been told that the technology in China and Asia, South Korea, places like that, for phones and other things, is so far ahead of what we have here. Is that true?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, to a certain extent. Like China, I don't have to carry cash anywhere because they have an app for everything. You go to a store and they scan a barcode on your phone and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
do you like that?
I'm actually calling via Skype, and usually that doesn't work very well.
That doubly surprises me. I find Skype so unreliable.
This sounds great.
Yes.
Well, Emily, see now, Emily,
the most recent update sucks.
Yeah. Are you our English teacher? Is that who I'm talking to?
No, I'm a librarian.
Oh, okay.
I'm a librarian at a bilingual school.
Wow. Well, thanks for checking in.
Thank you.
And call again.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right.
No effort required because I've already lived through Friday. So
okay. Thank you.
Thanks,
right. You're way ahead of us over there. That's right.
Thank you.
Let's see. Checking in from the VA hospital. Shout out to all my fellow veterans on this Veterans Day weekend. Britt checking in from IMC. Had surgery on my yesterday.
On your yesterday? Is your yesterday okay?
Just reading it how it's written. I get to go home today. I'm happy to be alive even at 6 a.m., but not looking forward to wearing a neck brace for 12 weeks.
Ooh.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, I like these jokes to cheer me up. My 6-year-old, did you see this?
Yeah.
My 6-year-old has some jokes to cheer Bill up.
Okay, let's hear it.
Get the rim shot ready.
Okay.
What do you call a mummy who eats cookies in bed? A crummy mummy. Or, what is red and bad for your teeth? A brick. Those are 6-year-old jokes, all right.
All right, let's get this over with then. If we're starting officially, let's do it. Big boy news and opinioendo coming up after these. Also, Gina, I saw your Instagram.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
Coming up.
So you're not going to say more than that?
No.
She
was in a magazine.
I was in a magazine.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll tell you about it.
Wow.
You remember magazines, don't you?
I read them all the time. I'm surprised I didn't see it.
Let's see. Oh, and Dylan yesterday asked me to be on the Salt Lake Film Society podcast with him.
What's that called?
Did you do it?
No, we're gonna. We're gonna do a Planet of the Apes episode.
That'll be a good one.
What's that?
It's
podcast?
called Talking Film, right? Yeah.
Talking Film.
Talking Film.
So we're gonna do a Planet of the Apes.
Salt Lake Film Society. Now, do we want to do traffic first, or we just talk about the
Salt Lake Film Society?
Salt Lake Film Society. They Talking Film. It's It says here a cool new podcast from the Salt Lake Film Society.
Cool.
Well, I don't know how cool it is, but I know it's not new anymore. Dylan hosts it, and he has various guests. I mean, the guy I did it with, we talked about George Romero, and the other guy on the panel. There were just two of us. He really knew those films, so it was it was a great discussion. Also, Salt Lake Film Society. Movies. That's what you get to see. Independent movies, documentaries, special programming of all kinds. If you want to find out about any of this, just go to their website. It's slfs.org.
X96 is Utah's original alternative with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding coming up right after Radio from Hell.
So angry.
What?
Saturday night. After I went to the Warped Tour, I went to a party, and I think it was about 10 o'clock at night. I got home, and I'm out. I was out on the sidewalk. It's not important why. 10 o'clock, out on the sidewalk, and what do I see coming across the street? A raccoon, and there's a lot of traffic, and he's coming right toward my house.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of traffic, and the lights in the car honked, and the raccoon kind of, like this, and I thought, God, hit him! I was hoping the car had hit him, but it missed him. Yeah. And he came, and I'm standing 20 feet away from him. Yeah. And he came running, and he ran, and I started yelling at him, and he ran right up my tree, the one that's in my front yard. I have a gigantic,
Bill treed a coon.
A 50-foot tree. Yeah, I treed a coon. I was yelling, you son of a... Get back here!
Bill lives where the red fern grows.
I was just so mad, and he ran up the damn tree, and they're everywhere. God.
I think they've declared war on you.
I think they have.
Coming to get you.
It's like birds have declared war on my wife. Raccoons.
No kidding.
Declared war on you.
He stopped and growled at the car. I swear to God he did.
Pyro!
Get away!
Shake his fist. Roadhog!
A little birdie finger.
One of his little bandit hands,
Bird finger.
Their hands are almost human,
They have them,
But ran right up the tree in front of my house. God, that made me mad.
What are you going to do?
Did your wife lock you out again? You sleep on the porch. Was it one of those?
No.
No?
Oh, why I was on the
Why you were out on the front porch?
I was taking the night air.
He's farting.
Taking in the night air.
He's out farting.
Yeah. I'll be back in a while, honey. I gotta go take the night air.
He's right, isn't he?
No.
Taking the night wind.
No.
That's what it is.
No, I wasn't.
There's a breeze. Let me just put it that way.
Man, I live in the city. I don't need this crap.
You have to move to the country to get away from the coons.
No kidding. It just drives me crazy.
I tell you, we haven't had any raccoon problems since Van's dog, Chase, killed one in the backyard. And ever since then, they're gone.
I believe that when I start trap, I should go home and set up a trap, because if I trap a couple of them, they kind of lay off for a while.
Well, then that means you have to keep trapping them.
I know.
Got to send a message.
I know. I got the trap there. I just haven't. I'll set it, and Brian will come and get them.
I want reliable people who aren't going to get carried away.
This is years you've been dealing with this.
I just hate it.
Got to send a message to the coon community.
I haven't seen one of the cats for quite a while.
Rush or G. Gordon, you mean?
Yeah, Rush is. I haven't seen Rush for a week. Baby Rush is finally gone.
Raccoon will kill a cat.
I know. They've been coexisting for a while.
Well, no, I mean, one of the Rush has been injured by the raccoon. I assume it's the raccoons. Before, I've taken him to the vet a couple of times with injuries. It just drives me crazy.
Well, got to kill one. Got to kill one. Send a message.
Spill blood.
Well, it's just sprinkle raccoon blood on the threshold.
Well, where are you going to get that raccoon blood, huh?
From a raccoon, I guess.
You got to bleed one.
Can't you buy it at Sportsman's Warehouse?
No, that's urine, and that will attract them. I'm sorry.
Man.
Big Boy News and Opinioendo now brought to you by
Laziz Kitchen, offering modern Middle Eastern food, dips, salads, wraps, lunch, dinner, weekend brunch, daily fresh baked pita. Open Tuesdays through Sundays, located 9th South between West Temple and 2nd West. Online at lazizkitchen.com.
Delicious.
It is. Oh, it's so good. All right, Gina, this story I know you have some interest in. We all have some interest in this story. Those two women sailors who were allegedly lost at sea for quite some time, 6 months or whatever it was they said. Well, one of the two women who spent 5 months in a sailboat adrift in the Pacific was an incompetent sailor who once worked as a professional dominatrix, joining a local fetish group online called Kinky Sailing. According to a report.
Oh, yeah. Actually,
yeah. Oh, wait,
dominatrix on the seas.
It's kink on the water. Kink on the water.
I bet it's the blonde, right?
Jennifer Appel was, let's see, I don't know which one. I think it's the other one.
Could be either.
Jennifer Appel has said she was on her way to Tahiti with Tashia Fuyava. Oh, yeah, so it's would be the blonde. In their 50-foot sailboat, the Sea Nymph, when they ran into a massive storm that damaged the boat's mast and engine. They claimed that no one answered their distress calls, leaving them helpless in the open ocean. Well, their story has been scrutinized since the National Weather Service revealed that it had not recorded any large storms over that period of time. Coast Guard said the women had an emergency radio beacon, which they never turned on. Appel wanted to start an organic farm in French Polynesia and had known Fuyava for only a week before they set sail together.
These are crazy people.
Yes.
She was born in Houston, moved to Hawaii, where she held a series of jobs, including working as a landscape architect and skydiving instructor. Appel also wrote some erotic fiction.
Oh, wow.
It just gets
very
better.
busy.
Including one story about a sailor in a relationship with a dominatrix and her slave. In 2015, she was trying to make ends meet as a consultant and eventually dabbled in stripping and dominatrix work, according to Daily Mail. So there's more.
There's more?
Oh, yeah. I don't have time to go into all of it. But yeah, there it is. Those two sailors probably not lost at sea. Now, with all the sad news, with all the disgusting and trying news, this really tops the list in a lot of ways. Magnum.
Oh.
John Hillerman.
Good God, Magnum.
Good God, Magnum. Who's going to watch Robin Masters' estate now? John Hillerman, who was born in Texas.
Texas? He's not British?
And when you'd hear John Hillerman talk, being interviewed when he's not doing the role, obviously, he talked like a Texan.
That's disappointing.
Well, yeah, and you see him in Blazing Saddles.
That's
as
true.
one of the
That's
Johnsons,
true.
remember?
That's true.
I extend a laurel and hearty handshake.
Yeah. He played Higgins on Magnum P.I. and held a lot of supporting roles. He was in Chinatown, which if you've never seen Chinatown, well, maybe you can't watch Chinatown because it's Roman Polanski. Do you have to?
Why is everything ruined?
Yeah. And he was in Blazing Saddles, as Karen mentioned. He died at his home in Houston. He was 84. He died just natural causes. He got old and he died.
He retired from acting some time ago. Didn't he?
Yeah, after 30 years of acting on Broadway and in Hollywood, Hillerman landed a career-defining role as Jonathan Quayle Higgins III, the stuffy perfectionist and foil to the free-spirited Thomas Magnum, played by Tom Selleck, of course. Higgins' portrayal of a detective in the mid-1970s show Ellery Queen was also an iconic role for him, but not many people remember it. There they are, Higgins and Magnum. You go to x96.com/live, and you'll see them. And he took care of Robin Masters' dogs, Zeus and Apollo.
Or was he Robin Masters?
He was.
Is that what they finally?
Yes.
At
Did
the
they
very
finally
end of
admit
the
it?
series? Is that
'Cause
what
for
they?
the longest time it
couldn't
was
remember.
like, I'm not him.
Yeah, I couldn't remember whether they'd ever resolved
Caretaker
that.
of his estate.
Yeah. And Robin Masters was a writer, right, of
Yeah.
crime fiction.
Yeah.
And stuff.
You'll go through all this again when they redo and ruin the show.
Now, O.J. Simpson didn't take
no,
long.
you're taking my sports.
Didn't take long. The Jews.
just gonna keep going.
Gina,
What?
O.J. Simpson is so far removed from sports that
true.
you don't have any claim on him. The juice got loose, it says here, in a Las Vegas hotel. He got kicked out of the hotel because he was drunk and disorderly and fighting with someone in the hotel over something. Now, the security guards, when they came to escort him out, they said he calmed down immediately and he was very friendly and affable.
Well, he's
with
learned.
us.
He's learned to be nice around people with badges.
Yeah.
Well, it's just what they were saying was he didn't attempt to slit our throats.
Exactly.
He
All right,
resisted
now-
his urge.
Now the crappy news. And we've kind of been waiting for this shoe to drop.
Yeah.
Louis C.K.
I heard about it 2 years ago from a very famous female comedian that I was talking to.
Yeah.
And
Can I ask you?
Well,
No, since
okay.
Carrie brought that up.
all right.
So
I'm not going to say who it
no,
is,
No,
by the way.
no. I'm just saying she told you
Yes.
about these rumors about Louis C.K.
Mm-hmm.
What did you ask her? Why isn't this widely known? Why isn't this coming out? Did she...
I don't recall if it came up. This was it was after a real interview, and we were just kind of shooting the S. And I'm trying to remember how it went down. I just remember the disappointment that I felt when she told.
Well, let's tell people what it is, shall we? In 2002, a Chicago comedy duo, this is in the New York Times, Dana Min Goodman and Julia Wolov, landed their big break, a chance to perform at the U.S. Comedy Arts Festival in Aspen, Colorado. When Louis C.K., or as Sean Hannity was calling him yesterday, I think it was Sean Hannity, Louis C.K., invited them to hang out in his hotel room for a nightcap after their late-night show. They didn't think twice. Great, that'd be great. The bars were closed. They wanted to celebrate. He was someone they admired. They would go together. His intentions seemed fine. And as they sat down in his room, still wrapped in their winter jackets and hats, Louis C.K. said, "May I take out my penis?" The women said, and they thought it was a joke and laughed it off. And then he did it, Ms. Goodman said. In an interview with the New York Times, he proceeded to take off all of his clothes, get completely naked, and start masturbating. So that's the allegation from those two women. I believe some other women now have also said similar things that he did. And Louis C.K. has kind of talked about it in his routines and on his TV show. And, yeah. So what's happening as a result of this? Well, HBO and FX have both said, okay, we're done. We're done with you, Louis.
They pulled all of his specials and not FX hasn't. I'm sorry. HBO has pulled all of his stuff. FX says we're deeply saddened and we're looking into it.
Well, and
he's very closely tied to FX.
Well, see, the problem that FX has is that Louis produces baskets. He produces Better Things. His Pig Newton Productions, they've got a couple of things in development at FX.
So it's not so easy for them to say.
So it's tough.
So let's quickly do some local news.
All right.
How much time do we have here?
Oh, you're good.
Okay. The architects of the Operation Rio Grande thing, cleaning out the homeless people, the criminals there, they've said goodbye this week to the War Room as their 2-year campaign to improve homeless services entered its third phase. This is the third phase, they say, which focuses on linking homeless residents with jobs. They have this. They called it the War Room. This big room that they meet in all the time. Greg Hughes and Lieutenant Governor Spencer Cox and others. Now, this third phase is they're going to start sending out caseworkers on the streets. They will be tasked with identifying which residents are already trained and ready for jobs. Others may need long or short-term support, like drug treatment or training before they can keep jobs.
So this is good.
There will also be daily workshops and meetings in this thing they call the War Room, or now Spencer Cox says, let's call it the Work Room. That's what we're going to do, work. The effort will be tested as soon as next week. Oakland Construction has agreed to find 10 homeless people to work on a project in the Rio Grande area. So some employers are stepping up and saying, all right, if you can find us some people that can work, we'll put them to work. Here's another local story that's of interest, and I had no idea, and I'm kind of mad about it because my wife and daughter watch Project Runway all the time. There is a Salt Lake Muslim woman as a contestant, as a whatever they call them on Project Runway, and they had the finale, the first part of the finale last night, and then there's one final thing, and she's in it.
We should have her on the show.
She is one of the 4 contestants. Her name is Ayana Ife, I guess, I-F-E? Ife?
Richie, let's get her on the show.
She's, and I'm sure she's not, I mean, they filmed this already. Tim Gunn has been to town, and, they filmed a whole segment here with him at her workshop here. She's a lovely young Muslim woman, and, it's great, and she could win it.
When is the finale? Does it say?
Let's see. I think the first part of the finale was last night, as I read, and I think it's next. So it's a week from last night. It's on the 13th or 14th, something like that.
Sue watches that. She's going to let me know.
She didn't tell you.
Oh, there are 2 contestants from Utah.
Oh, really? See, now somebody just alerted me to this. It's a Muslim woman from Utah.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the response here.
Well, we'll get one or both of them.
Brandon is from Murray but lives in San Francisco. Okay, so that's maybe why they're not counting him, because he doesn't currently reside, but he's from Murray. So
we got to end here, but we didn't have time to get to the Roy Moore situation, but we'll talk about it.
That's fun.
Next news. Yeah.
Yes. Sports, weather, traffic.
Well, Bill stole my sports, so weather. It's
There was a football game last night.
Yeah.
Who won the football game?
I don't know.
Well. And Richard Sherman is probably out for the year. He's Seattle Seahawks, the fun Richard Sherman.
I love Richard Sherman.
He's a torn Achilles tendon.
Yeah.
Who won?
I don't know.
Gina, it's sports.
I had my
It's
sports
not O.J.
prepared.
Simpson in a rumble at a hotel.
But that's the fun sports.
That's not even sports.
Seattle won.
Thank you.
No.
Who did they beat?
The other team.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. They won 22-16. Cardinals. There you go.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. That was brought to you by Moochie's.
You have to pull the sports out of you.
They're cooking up something new and exciting every day, as well as a famous, authentic Philly cheesesteaks, the best handmade meatball sandwiches, Moochie's. Periods of sun, and it's just sort of a nice fall day, 56 for a high.
Yeah. My wife's prediction on the Project Runway, by the way. Brandon will win. He's the judge's favorite. The girl is good but won't win.
Okay.
And why didn't she tell you that there was a
I don't know. She must have thought that I wouldn't be interested.
Let's see. Oh, we've got a little bit of traffic here for you.
Please.
And the only reason I have it is because a friend of the program sent it in. Thank you. Police blocking the right lane 62nd South, just west of 27th West. My UDOT website has not been updated. According to UDOT, everything's fine. So if that's true, great. If not, let me know. Text it in 33986. Outperforming the others, Performance Toyota Bountiful. See the amazing specials on remaining 2017s at toyotabountiful.com. Putting a smile on your face every day. Performance Toyota Bountiful.
All right. 6:49. Now my wife, I'm sure, is texting me saying, "I did tell you they were from Utah."
You never listened to me.
Yeah. I'm sure. Yeah. That's what the 3 dots are saying right now.
My wife may very well tell me the same thing when I ask her. Yeah. I told you about it.
Now Gina's Instagram.
Well, so my grandma Fern died a little bit ago, and so I was going through some old boxes looking for pictures of her and stuff for that, and I found my first magazine spread.
Spread?
A spread.
Really?
First magazine.
More than one page?
3 pages.
3 pages.
Let me guess. Rodeo competition.
No.
Okay. It's just, all right.
1971.
Yeah. Or do we have these photos that
Yes,
we're
we
going to
do.
show at x96.com/live?
Ah, there we go.
Who's that?
That's Daddy Tom.
That's Tom Barberi.
And that's me.
That's the back of your head?
Yeah. There's a magazine called Radio and TV Mirror. I don't think it exists anymore.
You don't? Really?
But they did a piece on Daddy Tom when he worked at KLIV Radio in San Jose.
So this was a San Jose publication.
No, this is a national magazine.
Radio and what?
Radio and TV Mirror.
Huh. All right.
National magazine.
But that's not. It says Tom Barry.
Well, here's what I was going to say.
That's not you.
That's Tom Barry.
My name is
I
in
see,
there.
It says Gina Marie Barry. What's going on?
Yeah.
Well, Barberi's too ethnic for the 70s.
Is that right? I'll bet he was told by a PD. That,
Yeah,
right.
he had to change his name.
Yeah.
That's not the only picture, Dylan. Do you have the other picture? It's a 3-page article on my there it is.
Okay.
There I am up at the top there with right in between Mary Claire Barry and Tom Barry.
He still wears shirts like that.
Yeah, he did.
He does. I think those are still his same headphones that he uses.
Who's go back? Go back.
There.
Now, who's this? Who are these guys?
That well, if you read the caption, Bill, it says.
What does it say?
It says.
When not talking to Mike early, can people hear me over here?
No,
Barely.
I'll read it. When not talking to Mike early each day, Tom can be found at home with wife Mary Claire and daughter Gina, or emceeing an amateur talent show at a local club. So that's him emceeing.
That was a talent show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Now-
what was those? See
now
that
the
third
next
picture
page.
again.
The next page is interesting because we were talking about Bill Cosby earlier this morning.
Yeah.
He was friends with Bill Cosby. They played in this charity basketball league. So Daddy Tom's team was the KLIV Prunes, and they played against whoever Bill Cosby's team was at the time.
Was.
That's Cosby, huh?
Yeah, but my mom told me about going to their house.
To whose house?
Cosby's
Camille and Cosby.
Okay.
In a helicopter picked them up and took them to their house, and she said Camille was just lovely. But yeah, there was my first magazine, national magazine.
Well, you were obviously destined to be stuck here in Salt Lake in the 35th market in America.
Please, I think we're up to 30 now.
Are we? I haven't checked that for a long time. What size the market is?
Well, Theo, sometimes you just have to try your best.
But should I go back to the Gina Barry? Should I not be Barberi anymore?
That Barberi part's really been holding us back here.
I found I just Googled Radio and TV Mirror, the magazine.
Yeah.
Started in 1933.
Really?
Yeah. And looks like it ended...
probably in the 70s.
Yeah, must be.
Yeah.
Ended in the 70s sometime. But it was a very popular magazine at one time. Radio and TV Mirror.
Magazines were popular at one time.
Yeah. Some of us still like them.
And people want to know the name of Cosby's team. Was it the Quaaludes?
The Molesters?
They were the Bill Cosby All-Stars.
The Deep Sleep.
That's not a fun... But they did fun radio stuff. Like there's a picture there of they did the KLIV burro race. They had a race every year where they put people on burros and raced them down the street.
Listen, we have done that stuff. Carrie and I have done that stuff.
A burro race?
Well, we used to have Buster, the KJQ burro, and we took him in. I walked him in many parades in Ogden. We've done this stuff.
So we don't...
And you know what? We were less popular when we did it.
Yes. It was when we renounced the DJ lifestyle.
the fun radio things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When we renounced that, that's when things started working.
Yeah, but
for us.
have you been profiled in actually?
We have been
Yes.
profiled in a
Yes.
couple of national
Several.
magazines.
Rolling Stone.
We've been in Rolling Stone. We've been, all right.
You know.
So
other trade. But
Yeah.
that was my first one.
I was profiled in Ogden Weekly once.
Really?
Yeah, I've got the pictures here somewhere. I'll find them.
So that was my first magazine spread.
Well, there you go. Okay, let's see. Is the travel brigade here? Have they arrived? Because we're taking them a little early this time. They're going to tell us about travel points on your credit cards and things like that.
You know, Gina, that magazine, TV, and radio mirror. It ended with that issue you
That-
were in.
You
said,
killed
"That's
it.
We're done.
Nobody bought this.
You killed it.
We're done.
So that earlier incident, 6200 South, 27th West, friend of the program says, "Yeah, I just went through there. It's fine." So
Again, they're still doing their big conference, UDOT.
yeah, and I'm
So-
on the UDOT website right now, and maybe everything is fine. Let's just go with that. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. So I'm getting a text from Kathleen.
The travel brigade.
Yes, they are at the front door. So, yeah.
Somebody go let in the travel
Okay.
brigade.
Travel brigade will be here in a few moments.
Are they
Stand by for
armed?
that. Let's see. KXRK Provo. Oh, we got to do this as a 60?
Yeah, if you're looking for a mortgage, this is what we're going to tell you about as soon as
All right.
Carrie's ready.
Here we
our,
go.
Our
3,
good friends.
2, 1.
At Ran Life, the local mortgage company, they have a reputation of making home buying very affordable. Right now, you can Ran Life can get you into a mortgage with no money down and no mortgage insurance payments.
How?
Carrie, don't worry
I
about
was
figuring
gonna
out how.
say-
You just call Ran Life and they'll explain.
Because they're
it
the
to you.
smart people. They will take care of this for me.
If you want to do a refinance on your current mortgage because the interest rates are low, they will. You always have to have a home appraisal with that. They'll do that. They'll give you that for free if you want to refinance. So a free
And again,
home appraisal.
how they do that, I don't know.
If you or somebody you know has been thinking of refinancing your current mortgage, they'll pay up to $400 toward the cost of getting your home appraised at Ran Life. So all you have to do is go to their website and find out about it. It's ranlife.com or call them 801-478-4500 and talk to the experts about your mortgage at Ran Life.
Dashboard Confessional.
Norm. Spell it with me now. N-O-R-M. And now we'll use it in some dialogue as our two Utah men, LeVar and LeGrand. Today the boys are standing outside the ward house chatting with a new ward member who has just moved in from out of state. Again, the word is Norm.
Well, Brother Jensen, it's nice to have you in the ward. Where do you come from?
Yeah, what ward was you in and where?
I'm from a ward in Anaheim, California.
Well, we kind of spotted you as a Californian.
Yeah.
You may have noticed that not many of our ward members wear Hawaiian shirts to church.
Nor do many of the male members of this ward have pierced ears either, Elder Jensen.
Yeah, I'm hip. I felt like the brother from another planet in there. Thank goodness I wore shoes.
Well, why didn't you bring Mrs. Jensen and the little Jensens to church today? Maybe they haven't moved up here with you yet.
Or if they are here, I hope they're not sick.
Oh, no, I'm not married.
Oh, a Californian and a bachelor too, huh?
Hey, is Anaheim anywhere near San Francisco?
No, it's not. Anaheim is the city that Disneyland is in.
Oh, that's right. Disneyland. That's that big amusement park with Mickey Mouse and stuff, ain't it? We never been to Disneyland.
We've been to Lagoon. That's an amusement park. It's good enough for us.
You ain't gonna wear any of them mouse ears to church, are you?
No, I don't think so. I don't imagine I'll be wearing this Hawaiian shirt again either.
So, what did you do for a living down there in Anaheim?
Well, I was and still am a tax accountant, and because you fellows have been so nice, I'd be happy to offer you some tax advice for free.
I don't pay taxes. I don't have an income, so I don't pay no taxes.
And I have a fellow that does my taxes. Norm,
Oh, what's Norm's last name? Is he in this ward? I'd kind of like to meet him.
No, his name's not Norm. His name's Evan. Evan Christiansen. Why did you think his name was Norm?
You said your accountant's Norm.
No, he said his accountant was Norm. It's a city near Provo, Utah. Orm! That's where this Evan guy is. Norm!
Oh, sorry.
Sure. We'll see you next Sunday, Brother Jensen. You should save that shirt you're wearing, too. I'm sure we'll have some kind of luau night in the cultural hall this spring sometime.
Yeah, we all get a little crazy that night.
Provo, Ogden, Salt Lake City, 96.3 FM, and streaming on x96.com and our free app, Utah's original alternative for more than 2 decades. 96.3 FM, X96. Giving you incomplete sports and traffic with Gina Barberi on X96.
And I always thought it was cider vinegar. Cider vinegar, that's what.
Well, that was the part that I edited out.
Oh,
there was a whole thing.
Okay, good. All right.
Travel Brigade is brought to you by, come in today to your locally owned and operated Big O Tires for their buy 3 tires, get 1 free sale now through November 26th. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Oh, sorry, that's not your theme. This is your theme.
Here's a team that you trust. The team of Kathleen and Geoff.
Jeff.
Or Jeff, if you prefer. They are the Travel Brigade. They are travel experts. You can find out more tips from them and travel stuff if you go to their podcast, which you can find at travelbrigade.com. And hi, kids.
Hello.
Hey. Now, we have a giveaway at the end of this segment talking with Jeff and Kathleen. They brought in this just beautiful piece of luggage. What is this thing?
This is the iFly. This is the company iFly, and it's their X Series Diplomat, and it's got its own built-in TSA bag you can take out. You just
That's handy.
pull it out, throw it in.
I like that.
Also got its own built-in laundry bag, and it's big enough that you could sort of just ride it through the airport.
Yeah.
I think this is one of those pieces of luggage that they have smuggled small people in.
No, you can. Our daughter, who's 20, can fit in that. She like lays.
Our short daughter, yeah.
And so,
at the
what
end
is
of
the
this-
what is the retail value? What do you think of that piece of luggage?
Oh gosh, I think they're running about $350.
$350.
So at the end, so listen to this segment with the Travel Brigade. We'll ask you a question based on your listening, and we'll give that away at the end.
Okay. So what are we talking about today in travel?
We want to talk about credit card points and how to use them for travel. Kathleen has a PhD in this. I am still at about a 4th grade level.
Yeah,
but,
It's an honorary degree.
That's the
but
thing. I let my wife handle
And
this
I
part of it.
don't even do it. I don't.
I do it with every. I use my. I have a Delta Amex.
Yep.
And I use that for my coffee. I put every single purchase I make
This was
on
the first
that.
thing I was going to say is I'm still a newbie, but Kathleen does have me trained where every time I go to Starbucks, I text her and say, Marriott card or Amex card?
Why now?
and what do I say,
The
hon?
Marriott card because it's double points.
Yeah.
So why? Tell people why.
Well, this is kind of, first of all, I would just want to mention we've had a kind of small conversation off the record. We talked about this before off the air, and there's a lot of different tricks. The two that I wanted to talk about that are pretty prevalent to this area are the Delta card, because there's 4 different choices with the Delta card, but we're a hub, so you can do the JetBlue route, you can do a couple of different routes, but the Marriott card also, and the Marriott is because they just finished last year a $13 billion purchase of Starwood, and so now they have expanded their brand to about 30 other, total of 30 brands, 5,700 hotels, and in 110 countries, and Marriott is the largest company in the world as far as.
So no, but just explain. So you use the Delta card, Gina, for your coffee every day, and you use why? What do those points? How do they accrue, and what do they get you?
Well, we're going to do a little math, right?
Yes. Well, first of all, we should point out we are not financial advisors, and we don't have sponsorships.
This is the attorney in Jeff
cards,
that's got to come out.
These cards we have, we're not. We don't have sponsorships.
No endorsements, nothing.
And pay off your cards, but if you're going to go into debt, travel's not the worst thing you could do.
No, but you don't have to go into debt. We pay our card off every month.
Thank
we
you,
treat
Gina.
it
That
like
was our point. It's
we
cash.
treat it like a debit card.
So
Exactly.
So you get these different points. Like let's say with the Marriott card, you start to build up these points as you spend, and then you can get different hotels based on different point levels. What we found interesting is if you're doing functional travel where you just need a place to stay,
Visiting your kids
at
at an out-of-state college. That's
you
functional.
You can find like a $100 hotel for 5, 10, or 15,000 points, and you probably want to go that route versus getting a really nice luxury hotel for 40,000 points if you're going to do a really nice weekend away or something.
Yeah, and how I wanted to tout the math on this is, first of all, Marriott, I wanted to mention, if you sign up for the Marriott credit card, you get an 80,000 point bonus right now, plus 7,500 to add another authorized user, plus, and it is a $95 fee per year. But you also get a free Marriott night every year. So you're really already just making it up. Now, people go, what is 80,000 points, right?
Yeah.
What does that get you? Well, like when we're talking about functional travel, that will get you like 6 nights, in
a lot.
like Phoenix or, different places like that. And then we turn around and spend our money at places like we're going to go see the Kings game and go to the JW Marriott LA Live, which is right, great rate, $149. Okay, so we spent the money on the nice hotel. And then, you have different levels, like you've got silver, platinum, Now, we're platinums.
Can anybody get a Delta Black Reserve?
Yes,
Amex
we're
card?
gonna. Yep, we're gonna get to Delta, and so how that works is not only you book the lowest suite for the cheapest price, and then you get upgraded. We always get upgraded to the suites. Plus, when you have platinum status, you also get free breakfast, concierge lounge, all that stuff, which that adds up quite a bit. So, and that compared to taking a 5,000 or 10,000 point when you just need a courtyard to stay at because you're visiting mom. I mean That's the difference. So I kind of wanted to talk about the math in that. Is just that it's not always, I think a lot of people just look at it and go, oh, I've got 40,000 points, I'll use it on one night. Well, why would you do that when you can use it on 3 or 4? So that's one. So, and then the Delta.
Yeah, the Delta card, we each have one, and we pay fees twice a year.
Have the black
because we each get a free companion flight with each card.
Yep.
And it's similar to the hotel points. And then if you're buying flights on Delta, you get even more points.
Or upgrades.
And plan ahead. These seats, the award seats go up 331 days before a flight, and then it changes, based on how many people are booking it. So plan ahead. Also be flexible. If you want to get to Europe and you're flying Delta, everybody wants to take the Paris flight. But if you're willing to make some connections or do things like that and
go
wind
to
up
Nice, go to Frankfurt, go somewhere
like
that there's a lot more accessibility.
I only go to France.
Yes.
Right to Paris.
And I wanted to mention, too, people get really nervous when they book their flights that far ahead. But I will tell you, 85% of the time that I've done that, Delta has come back and changed the route and sent me an email saying, hey, we changed the route. You can change your flight for free. It's happened 80% of the time when you book that far out. Yep. And we just had that happen when we were in Europe over the summer. We were supposed to connect in Atlanta, come to Salt Lake. Oops, change of flight plan. We're going to miss our connection now. Hey, we'll book you on the direct from Amsterdam to Salt Lake.
All right. Now,
if I had paid that fee, it was a $2,000 upgrade. So
we're going to run out of time here.
Okay.
What is the points guy?
Oh, the points guy. Yeah, let's talk about the points guy. He's one of the people. There's these biblical people out there that know way more than we know. I mean, I would say I'm a pro, but not an expert. He has a website, thepointsguy.com. There's several of them that all they do is give you info on points, who the best one is to get a card from, how much the value of the sign-on bonus is, all of that information. That's thepointsguy.com.
Because I have points on some Verizon account I have that I don't even know how I am accruing them. But I never look at it because I don't know how I'm getting them.
That's
Internet
money.
porn is how you're accruing them.
Oh, is that? Well, then I can retire.
Yeah, but I wanted to mention on the link that I think Richie put on there, there's 2 links. There's a links to the Point Guy, a links to the Delta. Again, there's several, like 4 different Delta cards. Okay. They all have different prices depending on what you want to get. We do the one with the lounge. It's worth it. Yep. But then there's also the Marriott bonus that's on there too if you want to do the Marriott.
I just know that with my JetBlue card, my first drink is free.
Yes, there you go.
So you can, and that's really all that matters.
All I need to know.
TheTravelBrigade.com is where you can find out more from them. And I have a trivia question. They want to give away this piece of luggage. It's a iFly X Series Diplomat luggage. It's worth about $350 probably around in there.
Yeah.
Here's the question. First person to get it, 877-602-9696. Why does Kathleen tell Jeff to use his Marriott card instead of his Delta card when he's buying Starbucks?
Yeah, good question.
Why?
There you go. So travelbrigade.com is their website where you can find the podcast. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
All right. Gina, do you have traffic?
A little bit. Crash southbound 5600 West 60th South. That's in West Valley. Left lane is closed there. That's the only accident being reported, so that's good news. Somebody in the chat room says northbound traffic 114 South to 53rd South is a breeze. So everything is looking good. Let's see, brought to you by Alpine Plastic Surgery, specializing in sculpting your body to achieve the goals you have above and beyond what diet and exercise provide. Visit alpineplasticsurgery.com and schedule a free consultation today.
All right, here are your boner candidates for round 1. Boner candidate number 1, your cancer is taking too long. Number 2, I needed some time off. And number 3, another needy person, I needed a ride.
All right. Now I'm being reminded by Sue, no, you don't get the first drink free with the JetBlue card. So that is, yeah. All right. Okay. I thought I did. Let's see. So we got the boners taken care of coming up with round 1. Big boy news is on the way.
I wonder if Mattress Firm has a credit card.
I don't think. Do you know what, though? You could buy a mattress with a credit card and get a whole bunch of points.
There you go.
A lot of points.
Yeah, depending on the mattress you buy. I mean, they have very inexpensive mattresses, so you get a few points. But they also carry top-of-the-line mattresses at Mattress Firm, so you get a lot of points. They're having their fall asleep sale right now. It's the 72-hour portion of that sale. Let's see. It says When you gift yourself with a new world-class Beauty Rest mattress, you'll get another mattress 50% off. And this Friday, today through Sunday, you get Mattress Firm will salute veterans with 25% off if you have a military ID. So on top of all the other savings,
That's great.
You get that. Get a Beauty Rest Firm Queen mattress for as low as $399.99. Your Perfect Serta Memory Foam Queen mattress for $474.99. Or you can just go classic with the Hampton and Rhodes Pillow Top Queen. That starts at $199.99. So prices in every range for people at Mattress Firm. There's really no other place to go to get a mattress. It's Mattress Firm. You'll find a store near you by going to mattressfirm.com.
Join us, Radio from Hell, for our upcoming Not Safe for Work show, something that some critics have described as terrible.
We, the Lords of Morning Radio, will be at the Ruin on Friday, November 10th, to record a foul-mouthed show, and we want you to be there with us.
Friends of the program, 21 and older, can RSVP to ensure a spot as we drink and say all the words we can't normally say on the radio. Yes, even that one.
We'll play games, talk to special guest Reverend Bad Brad Wheeler, and most importantly, celebrate Gina's birthday with Gina's Whiskey Birthday Drink.
Ask for Gina's Whiskey Birthday Drink by name. Space is extremely limited, so RSVP right now at x96.com. I ate 100-day-old steak.
Good for you.
100-day-old meat?
Good for you.
We
Didn't
went-
even give you any pause at all.
Well, no, because there was lots of wine before it happened. So we went to, and I never know how to say it. It's either Veneto or Veneto.
How do you spell it?
Veneto.
Veneto.
But I think it,
you're
but I think it might be
Italian. You should
Veneto.
No, it's
I don't-
Veneto. Veneto.
And Joe said it's the best meal he's ever eaten in Salt Lake, and he's eaten a lot of good meals. It's mostly lost on me because cheese, and I'm dumb. But the owner, Marco, came out and he said, I want to give you this 100-day aged T-bone, you know, has the New York strip on one side and the filet on the other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so big, the whole table can share it.
Wow.
And he brought it out to the table, like before he cooked it, just to show us.
Raw meat right here.
Yeah. And it looked like you just pulled it out of the meat counter. It was red, and you know, when he's telling me it's 100 days old.
Mm-hmm.
And then he showed us a piece of what he cut off the top of it.
And?
Which was like 2 inches of
what?
Like green and white.
Or did he have that in his pocket?
No,
Did he pull it out of his pocket?
He was just holding it all together. Whatever the rind it creates on it after you leave it out.
Okay.
I wanted you. I'm telling you this so you guys
You're
are
looking
proud
for
of me.
a pat on the back?
Yes. And he's like, now I'm going to go back and cook it.
Come
But
here,
I
come
just show.
There you go. All right.
So she.
I totally ate it.
She's looking for a pat on the back for eating a $50 steak.
It was more than that.
It was. She's looking for a pat on the back.
But four people
for
shared
eating-
it. 4 people shared
for
it.
eating a $100 steak.
And
It was. I've never tasted anything like it.
It was that good.
And it's not. It's not even like it was steak. It was like it was a whole other.
A whole other level of
thing.
You're looking for a pat on the back for leading a privileged lifestyle. Well, way to go.
We were 4 people that shared this one steak. It was. We all just had little bits of it, but.
You way to go, 1%er.
96.
It's a funny show you should be watching.
What is it?
Superstore.
And who? That sounds like Emo Phillips, but it's not.
It's
is
Mark McKinney from Kids in the
it?
Hall.
Oh, okay. All right.
And for some reason, he decided that's the character's voice.
It's a funny voice.
It's an Emo Phillips voice.
All right. Time now for round one of your boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you'll decide with your voice who is the worst, who is the most deserving of the award that no one wants to win. Boner of the day. Boner means mistake, of course. So when deciding round one candidate, you decide which one would go forward to boner fight and win Boner of the day. So 2 candidates now, then a 3rd candidate after the big boy news. Once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote. One of you lucky boner voters will receive...
I can't buy it, gotta win it. Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt courtesy of Excel Automotive Repair. Radio from Hell's official auto mechanics. Don't buy a lemon. Try Excel Automotive's $50 bumper-to-bumper used car checkover before you buy. Limit 2 cars per $50.
Boner candidate number 1, your cancer is taking too long. A feud between 2 neighbors living in the town of Sylvan Springs is heating up. This is in Alabama, Sylvan Springs, Alabama. Keith Hillier recently posted a sign directed at his neighbor, Jeff Thomas, that reads, "Your cancer is taking too long."
It's x96.com/live. You can see the horrible sign.
Yeah, and he, of course, did use the wrong form of 2. He just did T-O instead of T-O-O.
One more O there, buddy.
Now, the sign has since been taken down, but a picture of it quickly got attention of a Sylvan Springs community Facebook page. Some called the sign over the top and unnecessary. Mr. Thomas has battled cancer on and off for several years.
Wow.
Mr. Hillier, who lost his dad to cancer, said he wasn't trying to be insensitive.
What were you trying
Well,
to
I
do?
was mad. I mean, I was just super mad, and I would rather him be anywhere than here bothering me, Mr. Hilliard said. The 2 men have been feuding over various property issues since Hillier moved to the area last fall. It's a landscape fight.
Landscape.
According to neighbors, sheriff's deputies have been called on several occasions. During one incident last March, a fight between the 2 ended with Mr. Thomas being arrested and charged with public intoxication. Mr. Hillier said he wishes he and Mr. Thomas could put their problems behind them. Now, if he came out and he said, "Hey, man, I just want this to be squashed," I'd shake his hand. I mean, I'd do anything he needed to do. I don't wake up every morning and say, "You know what I'm fixing to do? Stick it to him." I'm not doing that. Mr. Thomas didn't want to comment on the ongoing feud. He did say, however, he was glad that his son, who's away at college, was not at home to see the sign, "Your cancer is taking too long." Boner candidate number 1. You know, Boner puts me in mind of the Rand Paul fight with his neighbor, Rene Boucher.
Although
now there's got to be something more to this fight. It said landscape issues and property boundaries, but those 2 guys used to work together.
And the other thing is, there's now, I was watching the news last night, there's now some question as to how injured Rand Paul really is.
It may not be as bad?
No.
Oh.
Because at first they were saying it wasn't bad. And then they were saying, well, actually it's more serious than we thought.
Yeah, he can't travel, we're told.
But
5
now
ribs.
There's something else going on.
There's fishiness.
Somebody's sleeping with somebody's wife or something like that. Yeah.
I like your theory.
Yeah. All right, coming up. Oh, no, we got boner candidate number 2. Well, I needed some time off. A Kansas elementary school secretary arrested in connection with a bomb threat that forced the district to cancel classes. As it turns out, Claudia Rodriguez Oviedo was charged for making threats against Pratt Public Schools. She faces charges for aggravated criminal threat and unlawful use of computers. Rodriguez Oviedo, who was employed at Southwest Elementary School, allegedly sent a bomb threat to the district Monday using a fake email address. The threat prompted the district, located about 80 miles west of Wichita, to cancel classes until authorities determined the threat was unfounded, no substance to it at all, and then they've traced it to her and have arrested her. Now, it doesn't say this, but I'm assuming, boner candidate number 2, I needed some time off. the stress of being a secretary at an elementary
You
school.
don't know.
It must be huge. And then coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3, I needed a ride.
Boner candidate number 3 after this here big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by.
This holiday season, dine, drink, and shop local. Visit Central 9th District, featuring Mediterranean small plates and wine bar, Laziz Kitchen, Middle Eastern food, Blue Copper Coffee, Troubadour Salon, Waterwitch Cocktails, and Jade Market Grocers, just a few steps from the 9th South track station.
Gina, someone sent me this story.
What's that?
And said, I would like to be there to see Gina's face when you read this story.
Okay.
And I first I thought, oh, come on. But then I saw it several other places. So here we go. An Oklahoma woman who married her mother
I've heard this story.
has pleaded guilty to committing incest.
Yeah, I've heard this story.
Misty Spawn was there.
They had the pictures.
Why don't I leave it up there a little bit? Oh, they want to see.
They wanted Gina's reaction.
Well, but she already knows what's coming.
They're both wearing Superman shirts.
Well, they got that in common.
It's x96.com/live. Misty Spawn was arrested Tuesday, sentenced Tuesday to 10 years in prison for the marriage to her biological mother. The defendant, who is from Duncan, was set to stand trial, but instead entered a guilty plea for last year's nuptials to mom, Patricia Ann Spawn. Now, Misty was raised by her grandmother after her 44-year-old mother lost custody of her 3 kids.
Oh.
Her mom told authorities that the pair reconnected in 2014, and, we just kind of hit it off.
Yeah.
See, well, there you go. There's Gina. She's still reacting, so it's good.
We just kind of hit it off.
Well, we kind of hit it off. In March, the mother and daughter duo took their taboo relationship, their incestual relationship, if you will, to the next level, got married according to a marriage license application. Patricia Spawn said she didn't think that the marriage broke any laws because she was no longer listed as a parent on her daughter's birth certificate. Their incestuous marriage was discovered by authorities during a child welfare investigation.
Now, who were...
This was not the first marriage for Patricia. She was also married to her biological son.
Pardon?
This mother.
This sounds like an episode of...
In Comanche
The
County.
X-Files or something.
Comanche County, Oklahoma. The marriage was annulled 15 months later after the son said, wait, this is incest.
Wait a minute.
I think this is incest.
Wait,
I can't be married to you.
It's not. I'm not. Oh.
She was, now the mother was charged with incest in that case, and she is scheduled to go to court.
See, Carrie, you want to be able to decide who lives and dies. I want to be able to decide who gets to have children. And if those two things together, we could take care of a lot.
Let's see. And now I'm just waiting for the Republicans to find a way to use this story as an argument against gay marriage.
It will come up.
I'm sure
it will come up.
This just in passing, with all the sexual revelations, Portia de Rossi.
Yes.
And now others have come forward about this guy, says that Steven Seagal unzipped his pants in front of her during an audition, and she just would have none of it. And
oh, no.
Out the door, But so Steven Seagal, and then other people have said, oh, yeah, Seagal does that kind of stuff all the time. But here's the allegations against Roy Moore. Now, you remember Roy Moore. He was a Supreme Court justice in Alabama, and he was removed from the bench because he was extra religious, and he refused, even though the Supreme Court said, you have to take those 10 commandments out of the courtroom. They can't be there. And he said, I will defy you, the Supreme Court, and so he was removed from the bench. And he then decided, well, Judge Moore, I think he was removed from the bench twice.
It was twice.
And then Judge Moore said, well, I'm going to run for Senate. And he did. And during his campaign, he was, among other things, he pulled a gun out on stage at a campaign rally, some cute little gun, and said, look, I believe in the Second Amendment. Yep. So Roy Moore, and he's always been extra Jesus-y and extra conservative.
He's the Tea Party's wet dream.
Yeah.
Yep.
A woman has come forward.
More than one.
Well, let's start with the one.
Okay.
Yeah. And said several years ago, when he was in his 30s, Mr. Moore is now, what, 60-something, I think. When he was in his 30s and I was 14, he molested me, essentially. I mean, he groomed me. He gave me alcohol, and he molested me when I was 14. And then other women, 2 other women, I think, came forward and said...
All teenagers.
Yeah. When we were kids, teenagers, the same thing happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Moore says this is not true. He says this was back in the 70s and 80s when he was a lawyer. Mr. Moore is defiant. He has denied the charges. He has attacked the news media. These allegations are completely false and are a desperate political attack by the Democratic Party and the Washington Post, who originally broke the story on this campaign, he said. He later attributed the news to the Obama-Clinton machine liberal media lapdogs.
Knew we could blame Obama or Clinton for this. Yeah.
Now, who was trotting out the Jesus defense?
Now, hang on. That's going to be in the boner candidates next hour.
Okay.
I decided not to put Mr. Moore as a boner candidate because they're allegations. They're fresh. There are allegations, and he has denied them vehemently.
Okay.
He has, however, and I almost made this a boner candidate, he has used those allegations for fundraising for his campaign.
Mm-hmm. I'm under attack.
You see what they're doing to me? Please give me money.
We can't let a Democrat. And there are other Alabama politicians who are saying that they will vote for him anyway because they'd rather not vote for a Democrat. They'd rather
vote for a pedophile.
Listen, I heard an Alabama politician say yesterday, listen, even if this is true, it's not really that big a deal.
She's older now. No, that's what
there's that.
This happened a long time ago.
Yeah, there's that defense, and that they didn't actually have sex.
Now, Utah
was the other one.
Utah Senator Orrin Hatch and Mike Lee have both called on him to step aside.
Oh, good.
They think he should step aside.
So is Mitch McConnell.
There are other Republicans
John
who have
McCain.
said, Moore, step aside. Now, I heard Sean Hannity saying that's because those old line Republicans, they're the ones that are ruining the Republican Party. Roy Moore is a disruptor, and he should stay in there.
Your 14-year-old daughter comes to you and tells you this story. You're okay with it.
Yeah.
You tell me you're okay with it.
Well, if he's a Republican. That's the thing, GOP. You got to decide how your party is going to be remembered. Are you going to take control of this thing, or are you going to let guys like Moore and Bannon and Hannity, you're going to let them take over?
Maine's Republican governor, well, he's a governor, Paul LePage.
He's a peach.
Oh, my God. So voters in the election, they voted on whether the state should expand their Medicaid system. Very similar to the kinds of conversations we've been having here in Utah. Need to expand Medicaid to cover some of the people who just can't get health care. So they put it on the ballot because he refused to do it. He refused to even talk about it. So it got put on the ballot, and voters overwhelmingly voted to expand Medicaid. Well, Paul LePage said, I don't care what you say. I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. I don't know where it goes from there.
Can you do that?
Well, I don't know where it goes from there. I don't know if he can. Paul LePage said he will deal. It would deal a devastating financial blow to the state, and he recalled what happened when it was expanded in 2002 under the then Governor Angus King. It created a $750 million debt to hospitals and budget shortfalls and so forth. But I don't know. I don't know if he can do it or not. And let's see. Should we end on a happy note?
Yes, please.
How about Sean Astin backing Corey Feldman's sexual assault claims? Is that a happy note?
No.
Corey Feldman.
In what way is that? What's wrong with you?
Corey Feldman was in Goonies with Sean Astin, and Sean Astin said, no, the stuff he's been saying, I believe it's true. I can back up. So, okay, no, that's not a very happy note. Let's see. Let me find a happy note here.
Please?
It's hard.
Anything? I'll take anything.
Drunk OJ? No. Let's see. How about Kevin? No. How about Port? No.
There isn't one. There's nothing.
Yeah, there is no.
I can't find anything particularly pleasant to talk about today.
How about Happy Birthday Sesame Street? How about that?
Happy birthday, Gina Barberi.
Yes.
Well, I
Sesame
didn't say
Street
that. I
and
said
Gina
Sesame
Barberi.
Street.
Well, you said that because you wanted us to say, well, it's your
No,
birthday.
I
too.
brought up Sesame Street because that's a
So-
happy thing.
So that we would think about your birthday. I know you did. Come on.
Gina, I need to know where you're going to be this afternoon at about 2:00.
He's
No.
he's getting the
No.
He's getting
No.
the telegram ready.
No.
Listen, friends of the program have paid the money already.
No.
They Venmoed it to
Nope.
me. I just need to know where you're going to be.
Is this the one where you wear the banana hammock?
No, it's just a banana.
It's just a
I'm
banana.
just dressed as a banana.
I'm a banana.
And that's what I'm going to do. That's what they requested.
How about this story? I tried to find out if this is true.
Okay.
And it's been reported in multiple places, and Snopes didn't have anything on it.
People are saying, and I am hearing.
A man has left his family.
Okay.
This is a 52-year-old man, husband, father of 7, has left his family and his kids, wife and kids, to live as a transgender 6-year-old girl named Stephanie. Stephanie. Stefonknee.
Stephanie.
Yeah. So, and there are pictures.
X96.com/live.
52-year-old man. He's left his family.
Well, I'm sorry, 6 years old. That's too old to have a binky still, sir.
Yeah, get rid of the
If
binky.
you're going to be a 6-year-old, you can't have a binky. That's my problem with it.
I guess it's. I think this has happened.
And left his family to
but
go where?
To live by himself, or as a
A 6-year-old can't live by herself. There's so many things wrong with
He's a
this.
very competent 6-year-old.
What are you talking about? Pee Wee Herman did. He was a little boy. He was the world's luckiest boy, remember? He's luckier than you.
I'm thinking this guy is a performance artist of some sort, and
okay.
I think it's got to be.
Weather traffic?
Nice. Partly cloudy. Carrie noted it was a beautiful sunrise this morning.
Yeah.
56 for a high. Traffic, let me refresh this. UDOT is lightly staffed this week, so we don't have a whole lot going on. And it's green cameras all the way up and down the Wasatch Front, so I'm guessing the only thing I have, southbound 5600 West, 60th South, and West Valley. That's the only thing being reported now. If you want to report something, you can. Text it to me, 33986.
All right, here's boner candidate number 3. I needed a ride. There's a little twist in this story that's hard to follow, so Gina, pay attention.
Okay.
A recently released inmate in Columbus, Ohio, didn't go too far to commit his next crime, prosecutors said. He's now accused of stealing a car for his ride home right from the parking lot at the jail.
Well, it was handy. It was right there.
Well, now, there's an interesting fact about that.
Okay.
In September, Dustin Strauser was sentenced for a theft he committed earlier in the year. However, the day he was released and placed on 2 years probation, prosecutors said he was seen on surveillance video stealing a Dodge Caliber right from the jail parking lot.
Okay.
Quote, criminals have nothing to do with their time besides plot, said Chris Murphy, who owns the car and is himself doing time in the jail. Murphy told ABC Fox 28 that his mother drove the car to the jail and left it in the parking lot so that when he was released from jail, he would have transportation home.
Well, that was nice of her.
And some needed items when he was released. I lost all my clothing, my underwear, my socks, the necessities, they were in the car. He also ended up with no ride. Listen, I was homeless for 10 days. I was living on the street. I was living with raccoons, said Mr. Murphy. If you got no money in your pocket, the first thing you're going to do is hit a little store for the come-up. They need to provide something for inmates for transportation. There's no bus service out here.
Oh,
There's no.
So what are you supposed to do?
So Mr. Murphy is pissed that the guy stole his
Sure,
car, but
he's like, I get it.
Yeah.
There's no.
yeah, the public
Hey, you can't
information.
get they just open the door and say good luck. There's no way
well,
to.
a public information officer for the jail said this: when the inmate leaves the lobby of our jail, they are on their own. Mr. Strauser is now being charged with grand theft auto. Boner candidate number 3, I needed a ride.
All right. Boner candidate number 3 right there. Let's review the first 2 and vote.
So we had boner candidate number 1. Oh, your cancer is taking too long. 2 neighbors in Alabama feuding with each other, and they've been doing it for a long time. They've come to fisticuffs, and now one of the neighbors put up a sign. The other guy is suffering from bouts of cancer that he's been having treated. He put up a sign that said, "Your cancer is taking too long." Boner candidate number 2, I needed some time off. School secretary arrested for a bomb threat that canceled classes. And boner candidate number 3, I needed a ride.
All right, time to vote. This is round 1 of your boner voting. You've got to decide which of these 3 is the worst, which of these 3 deserves to go to Boner Fight and have a 50-50 chance of becoming Boner of the Day. It'll go up against the winner of round 2. Round 2 happens at 8:20, Boner Fight at 9:25. All right, here we go. Let's see. You can text your vote to 33986. You just put 1, 2, or 3, the candidate number in the message. You could call 877-602-9696. Or you could go to x96.com and look for the box that says Round 1, November 10. And vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. It should appear. 4.5 minutes. That's all you got to vote. Here we go. It's round 1.
The music starts at 10 with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding on X96.
Greetings, children. This is your old friend, the Gravedigger. Today I have a frightening little yarn that has all the ingredients needed to make you shudder. Sex, violence, lawyers, and 3 exploding human heads. This tale is called There She Blows, and we'll take you now to the law offices of Parker, Jameson, and Osborne, attorneys at law.
Mr. Parker?
Mr. Osborne.
Parker, your fly is undone.
Oh? Oh, so it is. I was just having sex with my secretary.
But Mr. Parker, that is so wrong. You're a married man.
I'm aware of that, Osborne, and I don't care. As a matter of fact, I'm going back in for seconds.
Parker, your head is getting bigger. Oh my God! Look at all the blood!
What's all the racket in here?
Parker's head just exploded.
Good Lord, what a mess. Hey, what's Parker clutching in his still twitching hand?
That's the Bonneville specific file. He's been working overtime to make the board of directors look better in court. I believe he just finished it. Jameson, what are you doing?
Erasing Parker's name and putting mine on it. I'll take all the credit now that he's dead.
Now Jameson's head is exploded too. I'd better call for help. But first, I'm going to go through their wallets and steal all the money. They're not going to need it, and no one will ever know.
Those 3 really know how to get ahead, eh? Their law firm tried to expand too rapidly and suddenly went bust. Well, in case you hadn't figured out the moral of the story, it's if you're a lawyer and you do something bad, your head will explode. This is the old Gravedigger inviting you to join me next time when our story will be called Chop Chop, Who's There? On Tales from the Grave.
Award your boner.
And this morning's boner brought to you in part by a delicious chicken curry soup.
And looking for a
stew, noodles.
Stress-free place for your holiday or birthday parties. Go to Fat Cat's. Great food, bowling, glow-in-the-dark mini-golf, arcade prizes, fun for all ages. Fat Cats will work with you to customize the most entertaining party. Book today. Visit fatcatsfun.com.
Boner candidate number one was your cancer is taking too long. There's two guys having a feud, and one of the guys is suffering from cancer and has several radiation treatments. And the guy his neighbor put up a sign saying, that cancer you have is taking too long. Boner candidate number two, I needed some time off. School secretary calling in a bomb threat, and school was canceled. And boner candidate number three, I needed a ride. The guy getting out of jail and stealing a car in the parking lot at the jail to get a ride home. Let's see. Brady won the boner T-shirt, and the boner candidate winner by 2 votes.
Only 2.
Yeah, number 2. I needed some time off. So I thought the cancer sign.
I liked cancer sign.
I thought that was the best one. But
That's interesting that won. Okay,
that was my least favorite.
Yeah, me too. So there you go. But you decided that is the winner of round 1, and it will go to Boner Fight. It has a 50-50 chance of becoming Boner of the Day. Round 2, the winner of round 2 happens at 8:20, and the winner of round 2 will go up against this candidate. Boner Fight at 9:25.
Let me say this about the boner candidates. I thought those were, as I read back over them, they were kind of weak. All three
cancer
of them.
sign's pretty good.
It's pretty good, but there are others. Anyway, the next round of boner voting, I'm looking at these 3. They are really good, solid. So hang around for those at 8. What time? About 8:15 or so. Okay. Right.
Okay. Now
we have a giveaway.
Yes.
Do
What do we have?
Can I do that, and then you want to
Please.
talk about Star Wars?
Well,
a little bit?
I just need to calm everybody down.
Okay. Believing is just the beginning when Disney on Ice presents Dream Big, skating into the newly renovated Vivint Smart Home Arena November 16th through the 19th. It's all your favorites: Tinkerbell, Ariel, Rapunzel, Cinderella, Snow White, Tiana, Belle, Jasmine, Anna, Elsa, and Olaf live on the ice. Tickets for opening night start at just $10. You can go to x96.com for more details. And we have, I think, is it 4 tickets, Richie? 4 tickets to Disney on Ice to give away right now. Just call 877-602-9696.
Is it creepy that when I was a really little boy, I had kind of a crush on Tinkerbell?
No.
From the movie?
No.
I just seeing that when I was a really little kid, and I loved the movie, and I just thought,
well, she was sassy.
She is so
cute and sassy.
Cute. My gosh. And I mean, I didn't even know. I was too young to even know what a crush was, or but I just was.
You liked her.
Just liked her.
Well, some time ago, Disneyland had Tinkerbell and Friends meet and greet area, which is very popular with the dads.
I'll bet.
To take their daughters to.
Yeah.
Don't you want to meet Tinkerbell and her friends?
Yeah, I'll bet.
Daddy will be happy to take you over to Tinkerbell and Friends.
Star Wars.
Okay. Everybody just calm down.
Why? What's up?
Again, you're calming us down.
Well, it's just the geek internet is going crazy.
Over what?
Geek Twitter is exploding, and everybody's doing what I tell you not to do. You're speculating.
Before you have all the information.
Yes. Okay. Here's what is known about the new Star Wars trilogy. Okay. Apparently, Disney and Lucasfilm love this new Star Wars movie so much, The Last Jedi.
Okay.
Which is written and directed by Rian Johnson.
Okay.
Now, this is coming out in December?
December.
Okay.
They are so happy with it that they said, Ryan, we want you to do more Star Wars.
Well, there's plenty coming up that he could do.
We would like you to do a new film trilogy. Now, the original plan is that the Star Wars movies that aren't Star Wars stories, keep up, are Skywalker saga stories.
Okay.
All right.
That continues.
Sure.
But they said, Ryan, we'd like you to do a new trilogy. It has not been announced whether or not it will be a Skywalker story. More than likely not.
I thought I saw a different galaxy, different...
It's going to be a different... Yeah, that's
totally
what they're saying
different.
right now, is that it's a different part of the galaxy with characters you probably haven't met yet.
Okay.
So they're letting him do 3 more movies.
Okay.
They're still going to continue to do the Star Wars stories, which are also movies, which is like your Han Solo movie that's coming out. And then there will be a Star Wars live-action TV series on the new Disney app. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. But I
Pretty
don't-
much ensuring that you have to buy that new Disney
well,
app
you have
that's
to.
coming.
You have to for all the movies
Well,
and stuff.
yeah, all your Marvel movies, all the
Everybody's
Disney
gonna
movies,
have that.
Pixar,
Yeah.
you're going to have that.
But I still don't see what the problem
Because everyone is freaking out and speculating, and I'm like, calm down. You're getting more Star Wars. Isn't that a good thing?
From somebody that apparently knows what they're doing.
Lucasfilm and Disney are so happy.
Yeah,
say,
I don't see why that.
All right.
What's wrong with you guys?
I don't know why everyone is freaking out. They're like, it should be a Skywalker. And I'm like, well, you're going to get new Star Wars. Just be happy with it.
Yeah.
And stop speculating what it is, especially the TV series. That's what I'm seeing all over the place. Is it this?
They're not saying.
Look, it may or may not be. How about this? You're getting a live-action Star Wars TV series. How cool is that? All right.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, I don't
TV
think
ruins
well,
everything.
I don't think they should.
Yeah, I know. I don't think Lucas would have wanted to be on TV.
Exactly. All that. You've read the Geek
Yeah.
Web this morning, clearly. That's what's going on. So that's what we know.
I didn't read it. I just guessed.
But they were just so happy with his work on the movie. They just went, he gets it. He's going to do it all. He's the Star Wars guy.
Does it open Christmas Day?
I think it's December 15th. I think it's a week or so before Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah, December 15th. is when it
It's
opens.
called
The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi. Yeah.
And my favorite tweet about that was from Ryan, and he just said, "It's Luke."
Yeah. So who's the Last Jedi? Does that mean that it's just like who's the Last Jedi? Luke.
It's
Luke. It's Luke. Now shut up.
I love that he just took that and went, "All right, come on, everybody."
Because we geeks are our own worst enemies when it comes to stuff like this, and I wonder if I should stop trying to calm you all
No,
down
they
because you're
need
not
you.
listening.
Carrie, they need you.
I think maybe you shouldn't calm them down.
You
It's-
think?
Yeah, because I think it's kind of funny to stand aside and watch. Just let
Yeah, well,
them go.
Yeah.
No, because they ruin stuff.
They do.
But it just takes so much of your energy, Carrie.
I know. I do it for you, and you don't care.
All right.
Carrie
What do I get?
gives and gives.
What do I get?
Yeah, I don't know where everybody is, or maybe you're all out there and just behaving yourselves. So good on you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on the road. Sean Hogan and Everest Collision want you and your loved ones to get home safe and sound. Stop texting and driving. Download the Everest Collision app responsibly. And if you see some traffic incidents, text it to me, 33986.
You know, one of the ways you can stay safe on the road is by having good tires.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's got a lot to do with it.
And the team you trust is Big O Tires. There are a lot of Big O Tire stores across the Wasatch Front. I'm sure there's one near you.
I go to the one on Highland Drive. That's what we got. Festus's car. He needed some new tires before the snow started falling, and we went up there. And
What brand did you get?
I believe we got the Big O brand
Good,
tires.
good. I like the Big O brand tires. Right now they're having a sale. Go into your locally owned and operated Big O Tire store for their buy 3 tires, get 1 free sale through November 26th. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Buy 3, get 1 free on select sets of tires. Not everything in the store.
Oh, okay.
But select ones. For instance, save up to $150 off a set of 4 Big O brand tires.
Those are good.
Save $140 on a set of Michelin or BF Goodrich tires. 12 months, no interest financing if you have to finance it.
That's a great deal.
Yeah, if you have to make payments, that's cool.
You try hard, you can get it paid off before the interest kicks in.
So there are 38 locally owned and operated Big O Tire stores along the Wasatch Front. There are coupons available as well on the website. Go to bigotires.com.
Hi there, it's Kerry Jackson. Geek Show is me and all my best friends sitting in my basement studio, drinking, laughing, and talking about the stuff we love. Sci-fi, movies, TV shows, comic books, toys, games, and more. Get a new Not Safe for Work episode every Monday morning.
GeekShowPodcast.com.
There are things which our government would prefer you not to know. cattle mutilations, alien abduction, satanic summoning, cheap gasoline, and the actual whereabouts of Elvis may all seem like subjects more suited to the tabloid headlines than the daily routine of FBI agents, but this is not the case. The truth is out there, and I, Special Agent Fox Moldy, with the help of my skeptical partner, Agent Dana Sculler, MD, will find it, whether the fat cats in Washington want us to or not. What you're about to hear are the actual fictitious accounts of the X-96 files.
Here I am spending yet another night with you, Fox, in a cheap motel room. This experience would be a little more exciting if either one of us were cheating on a spouse, however. Why exactly are we here, Moldy?
My sources have uncovered the most insidious plot for world domination ever. An international organization of powerful individuals who pull the strings from behind the scenes.
And you think that they're holding their convention in this sleazy motel?
No. These power brokers only meet during times of global crisis. The rest of the time, they are content to hide in the shadows.
So you're gonna create a global crisis, aren't you? Just who are these men of mystery anyway?
All I know is that they call themselves the Elders.
And how are you gonna find out who these elders are and in which shadows they happen to be lurking?
I have arranged for them to come to us.
You're gonna have the most powerful people on Earth meet us in a dingy motel room. How did you manage this?
I called their 800 number. Oh, hello. You must be the Elders.
Hi, I'm Elder Cannon, and this is Elder Kimball.
Hi.
They look a little too young to be the most powerful men on the planet. You sure you invited the right guys?
You are the Elders, right?
Yep.
Part of a worldwide organization bent on world domination.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
We have temples on every continent except Antarctica, and our missionary program reaches nearly every corner of the globe.
As for world domination, we do plan on becoming the dominant religion on Earth, but we expect people to join us willingly.
Well, what about the meetings that you hold during times of global crisis?
Oh, we hold global meetings twice a year. We call them general conferences.
And the rest of the time you lurk in the shadows conspiring to take power from properly elected governments.
No, the rest of the time we spend going door to door to find new converts.
Would you like to know more about the teachings of our prophet Joseph Smith?
Moldy, I think we may have the wrong elders.
Elder Cannon, Elder Kimbo, we've made a terrible mistake. You aren't the insidious power brokers we thought you were. Please excuse us. We have to go back to Washington now.
Flip.
Come on, Elder, let's go to the mall.
Oh, no, I was going to give them the first discussion.
Oh, we could have given them a Book of Mormon.
And I brought the projector and the film strip so we could show them the films.
Great, Fox. What are we going to do now?
Maybe if we wait in here long enough, they'll just go away.
I thought that they were a very special couple.
You know, Dana, the truth is out there, and we are going to find it.
Yeah, sure, Fox. Whatever.
Hell came from working in a spider-infested, dusty old studio with substandard equipment in Ogden. Now, Carrie, Bill, and Gina have a big, fancy studio in beautiful downtown Salt Lake. And they still find things to bitch about. X96.
Best question of the week.
Yes.
Brought to you by Prohibition, Utah's sexiest new speakeasy located north of Fashion Place Mall in Murray. Tonight and every Friday night, live music. Don't miss weekend sexy burlesque dancers. Reservation and information at prohibitionutah.com. And whoever submitted our best question of the week will get a $25 gift card to Prohibition.
All right, the best question of the week. Robert, you got to stop drinking and then sending questions.
What's he done?
I think Robert gets in his cups a bit. He gets some sheets to the wind. I don't know how many, and then starts sending things like, "Does a yabba dabba do ever really dabba do?" But
no.
Do toes have fingerprints? No, Robert. No, don't do this.
Wait a minute. Go back to toes.
No, they have toe prints.
Oh.
And Robert isn't the only one. I keep getting questions from this person, Jared. Does a bunch of plants I don't water work as a dehumidifier? How should I warm up my fish at work if my coworkers say I can't use the microwave? Come on. These are not good questions.
Again.
But if you have a good question, email it to us, radiofromhell@x96.com.
Well, how about now? This is pretty good. I think this is a good one. Good morning, lords and ladies. My best question is this. I myself don't really have any affiliates to any political parties.
Okay.
And I disagree with a lot of stuff you guys say on your show. However, occasionally I get persuaded by you guys, and my mind changes every now and then. Have any of you ever had another person from another political party or just any person say something that really changed your mind on something or that you strongly agreed with? Thanks for letting me listen. Your friend Jeremy. P.S. Grammar is definitely not my strong point. So, can you... Now, I had a hard time with that because I thought I kept trying to find an instance of somebody who changed my opinion about, things in political things. And I thought, well, maybe, let's see, I should try to identify some part of me that's conservative. And then if I do that,
go backwards from
I could
there.
go and find who maybe put that in me, who made that part of me. But as I looked at I couldn't find any part of me that's conservative. So
now I have something that's not political.
All right.
And it's you guys.
Uh-oh.
Changed my mind on something.
Uh-oh.
So the way I was raised with the sainted Mary Claire, you guys remember the infamous dinner is not a gift.
Yeah, you've gone off that.
That's what I'm saying.
I haven't heard that for a long time.
My mother raised me.
Dinner is not a gift.
Dinner is not a gift. Dinner is something you do and then
you present a gift.
And then you present a gift. And you guys, we would talk about this, and you guys would say that's ridiculous. You go out for a nice dinner.
Yeah.
That is I have changed my...
Well, you know what?
My mind on dinner is not a gift.
I have too. I think dinner is, I think you're right. Dinner is not a gift.
What? You
I've
can't go
decided,
back on...
Mary Claire has convinced me that dinner is not a gift. Dinner is just something you do, and you should also present a gift. Like if it's your anniversary, you should go out to dinner, but that's not the gift. You should give a present.
No.
Same thing with birthdays.
No.
Dinner. So there.
No, you
There's
can't
something,
go back on it.
That's the point. It's the point of this question. I mean, I thought about, serious ones. I thought about the death penalty, and I've said this before. My opinion has changed on that. Back and forth. When I was a kid and a teenager in school, in high school, I wrote an essay about how the death penalty is horrible and it's murder. And then as I got somewhat older, I thought, there are people out there who deserve to die.
That's
and,
that was my opinion for the longest time, is there are some people who just don't deserve to live.
So I'm for the death penalty. And then talking to Ed Brass and other people who work in the legal system about how unfairly the death penalty is applied, I still think there are people who should be killed.
Yeah.
But we should not have the death penalty.
Yeah.
Because we make mistakes.
Yeah.
The Innocence Project has proved that.
Yeah, exactly.
There have been people incarcerated and been on death row who've been exonerated. So there you go. That's a way might change. How about you?
Death penalty was about the only one that I could come up with politically. Someone who's changed my mind on something.
So am I the only one in the room now who thinks that dinner is not a gift?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's good. Somebody needs to carry the torch.
That was a big shift for me.
That's a big shift for me.
Because I don't need any more stuff. I have plenty.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. When we need something, we are fortunate enough to be able to get it.
But it's not even that. Let's say sky's the limit. Money's no object. I can't think of anything.
Oh, well, I can.
That I need.
I need a Rolex watch.
No, you don't.
I have always wanted one, and I need one. I'm not going to live that much longer. I need a Rolex.
And I need a life-size statue of the lawgiver from the original Planet of the Apes.
Put in your backyard.
Put in my backyard.
You've always wanted
and turn
that.
into a water feature.
You've
That's
always
just the
wanted
only.
that.
Oh, that's the one thing I could do without Captain Kirk's chair.
Yeah?
I got no place to put it.
What about the life-size R2D2? You want
I do. But again, I'm running out of room.
Okay.
I could find room for that, but
to go back to the serious side of Jeremy's question.
Yes.
The people who have influenced me the most over the years have been politically and socially have been liberal people. I listen to the liberals. I listen to conservative people, and I listen to liberal people, and I find that I am more persuaded by the liberal philosophy, if that's what you want to call it. I have become more and more and more liberal as I've gotten older. Now, most people, they say, as the older you get, the more conservative you get. I've gotten more liberal and radical.
And that's the thing that's happened to me is I look at the people I went to high school with, and I the ones I follow on Facebook, and they've all become their parents. Where I feel like I've stayed the same and maybe even gotten, like you said, more liberal.
Although I would say even if it doesn't change your mind, I think it's important to listen to the other side. And at least try to understand where they're coming from.
I do until they start lying or using, a false comparison or, whatabouting.
Yeah.
Here's one for you, Carrie.
Yes.
Maybe this is you could pin this on somebody who changed your mind about this.
All right.
When I first was working with you, you were the opposite of an adventurous eater.
Yes.
You would never try anything.
Good example. My wife. Sue.
Yeah, is she the one who?
She's the one.
Okay, so there you go. There's kind of a change in your thinking.
Absolutely. See, I thought we were just talking like politically and philosophically, but things like that. Oh no,
we were in Hawaii. Carrie and I were in Hawaii, and I'm trying all this exotic stuff and sushi and octopus and stuff. And Carrie ordered, I think, fried French fries and fried fish.
Yeah.
Didn't want to try anything else. And
no, she's
There's nothing wrong with that.
She's responsible for my food tastes improving, my clothing, keeping a clean house,
Yeah,
no
see?
clutter, getting rid of my junk. She's really helped.
Yeah.
In that.
And my wife has made me, and whether she believes it or not, made me much more organized and considerate of other people in the house when it comes to stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
All right.
No,
So there's your best question.
Is that it?
I guess. So there you go. Best question of the week. That's Jeremy. And what does Jeremy win?
A $25 Prohibition gift card.
There you go.
Oh, how nice for Jeremy.
Traffic, I think this is a holiday for a lot of people.
It could be.
Oh, you know what? My kids are off school. It's like teacher work day or something. I think people are taking a
But
3-day
it's
weekend.
Veterans Day.
Veterans Day tomorrow.
Yeah, but it's observed
If you
today.
work, federal or state or county jobs, it is a holiday
You're
today.
off.
So, so you don't have any traffic to deal with, but you still have a sponsor. Get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
All right, we've got Boners Round 2 coming up.
Yes.
This is a strong slate of candidates. Pay attention. They are. Wait, what? Where did that come from? Number 2, the Virgin Mary was a teenager.
Oh, good.
And number 3, what about the dried blood and the bleach?
All right, so there you go. That's the candidates for round 2 of your boner voting coming up, along with Big Boy News and Opinioendo. Now, this weekend is also Diamonds Direct.
Starting today.
Their big party.
Yeah,
that they're having.
big sale. Starts today.
Go Christmas shop early.
Mm-hmm. Because dinner is not a gift. Dinner is not a gift.
This is a gift.
You go to Diamonds Direct and buy something to give your special loved one or family member a fine gift when you're out to Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving dinner. This is sale this weekend only. And they won't do another sale like this in probably for a year. Diamonds Direct, they have so much stuff there anyway, but they brought in more diamond and jewelry and earrings and pendants and all of that.
You're going to find something that you like or that your loved one will like there because their selection is so great. And they'll educate you while you're there on what to look for in a diamond, what makes it sparkle, what makes the color great.
It's the lowest prices of the year, special financing as well. And, the name of the store, Diamonds Direct, is a little misleading in a way because you think, all they have is diamonds. No, they have all
Lots
kinds of other
stuff.
jewelry as well.
Yeah.
All of that. So go to the store and check it out. This weekend would be the best time to do it. 6400 South across the street from the Fashion Place Mall.
X96 invites you to open your hearts to the children from the road home, the YWCA Utah, and the Volunteers of America Utah. Make their Christmas merrier by donating gifts to the Candy Cane Corner this holiday season. These children are in need of toys, clothing, shoes, coats, and more, and with your help, they can receive a Christmas. Stop by any Mountain America Credit Union or Xfinity store today and donate. Go to x96.com for a list of needed items and donation drop-off locations.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
No.
But it forced you to think about me yesterday, even when you didn't want to. I entered your consciousness.
You do anyway because you retweet and things so much, and I'm going to have to block your notifications because 90% of the time when my phone goes bing, and that means, somebody that I know has either retweeted or made a comment or something. It's 90%. I'm going to turn the notifications for you off because it's you 90% of the time.
Something I thought you would enjoy.
You said no, but here's what it is. You are an over retweeter. You retweet and retweet and retweet.
If I think somebody would enjoy something, I retweet it. You're welcome.
So yesterday, for example, she 4 times.
Yeah, like the Utah Jazz winning the playoff game. Like nobody would know that if you didn't retweet it. It's not necessary. So that's
you tweet the way you tweet, which is not enough, and I will tweet.
You know what? I tweet a lot. I just make sure that almost none of it's directed toward you.
You don't tweet a lot.
I do too.
Bill, for example, 2 times yesterday. 1 for himself and 1 retweet.
Yeah. I tweet plenty. Listen, I'll go through your tweets if you want. You want to see how many things you do.
On Thursday, he did 5 retweets.
Well, here she is
about
letting everybody know who won the Real Salt Lake game because that's the only way anybody could find out.
That's not the only reason to tweet something. Perhaps I am happy they won, and I am tweeting my support.
You're retweeting it to everybody who already knows.
Not necessarily.
It's 8:21, time for round 2 of your boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote who is the worst, who is the most deserving to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. If the candidate that you're voting for wins here in round 2, it'll go to boner fight. 9:25 is when that happens. It'll go up against the winner of round 1's boner voting, which is last hour. Get up earlier. It's an hour.
Yeah.
2 candidates now, then a 3rd candidate after the big boy news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive
a Haster gift card.
Nice.
How much? Do you know?
A Haster gift card.
You don't know how much it's for.
It's Haster Games and Hobbies.
Well, and that's nice. I'd like it to be lots and lots of money. I hope it is. All right. I just want to warn you before I go into the boners here. Don Felder is at the depot tonight, so I'm warning everybody.
Oh, okay.
He's going to do Hotel California over and over and over again. So just warning.
Yeah.
It's just a warning.
Yes?
What? You're going?
No. So with this is speculation and or
About Don Felder?
No, about the depot.
Okay.
So you know how Ticketmaster just bought a bunch of stuff in Salt Lake?
No, Live Nation.
Or Live Nation, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But there is jobs posting here in Salt Lake for the House of Blues. So
might be changing to the House.
It might be
Well,
changing.
originally,
It was supposed to be a House of Blues.
I think Mr. McNeil wanted to get a House of Blues.
It was designed by those people.
Yeah.
And built
I remember doing the
for
tour,
that.
yeah.
Yes. And then something happened, and they decided not to do it.
So they got to just stick a sign on it.
So it's either there or somewhere else.
The old Zephyr right across the street.
Yeah.
But where did you see this?
On LinkedIn, they have a job posting for
Salt Lake City House of Blues.
Salt Lake City marketing and promotions for a House of Blues.
Okay, look into getting me a foundation membership, if you would, please.
Yeah, I'd like one too.
Yes.
I want to be able to go to the gospel brunch.
Exactly.
They all do it, don't they?
I think.
All right.
Anyway,
let's get back to the boner candidates. Kind of
What are we doing? What?
Here are the boner candidates.
Okay.
Here's number one. Wait, what? Where did that come from? Authorities say a man who was in court in Eagle, Colorado for violating his bond on a drug charge is now in even more trouble after he took off his hat in front of the judge to be respectful.
Yeah.
There he is at x96.com/live.
Okay.
He looks almost like the guy from Eraserhead.
He's got the right hair for it.
And anyway, he takes off his hat to be respectful, and a big wad of cocaine falls out from under his hat onto the floor in front of him.
Oops.
The Vail, Colorado Daily reported that the 43-year-old man, Juan Jose Vidrio Bibriesca, was standing next to two other defendants at an Eagle County District Court podium when he took off his hat and a big square of folded paper fell out of his hat. A police officer watched the paper, filled with cocaine, fall to the floor, and after reviewing surveillance footage, authorities determined it had fallen from Mr. Bibriesca's hat. He was then walked to the county jail, charged with narcotics possession and another bond violation. Boner candidate number one. Wait, what? Where did that come from? Boner candidate number two. Well, you know, the Virgin Mary, she's a teenager.
Oh, boy.
This is my
Now,
favorite candidate.
While some Republicans on the national level spoke out against Alabama State Senate candidate Roy Moore on Thursday, in the wake of allegations that he had initiated sexual contact with a 14-year-old girl many years ago when he was in his 30s and a lawyer, Republicans from his own state seem to have taken a different view, with one citing Jesus' parents to defend Mr. Moore's alleged behavior. Now, you take Joseph and Mary. Mary was a teenager, and Joseph, he was an adult carpenter. They became parents of Jesus, said Alabama State Auditor Jim Ziegler.
Okay.
4 women now have told the Washington Post that Mr. Moore pursued relationships with them when they were teenagers and he was an adult. The women were between the ages of 14 and 18, while Mr. Moore was in his 30s at the time, according to the Post.
I would say to any of these men, I want you to look your 14-year-old daughter in the eye when she comes to you and says, this 30-something-year-old man made me touch him, and you tell me you would look at them and say, well, Joseph and Mary. Is that the first thing that would come out of your mouth? I don't think so.
Lee Korfman, the woman who was 14 when she said Mr. Moore approached her, told the Post that Moore had touched her over her bra and underwear and then guided her hand to his underwear. The other 3 women did not have sexual contact that went beyond kissing. Mr. Moore has denied the allegations, saying they're completely false. Ziegler, on the other hand, this Republican state, he's the state auditor, on the other hand, said the allegations, you know what, it's just much ado about nothing. There's nothing to see here.
Oh?
The allegations are that a man in his early 30s dated teenage girls. Even though Washington Post says that he never had no sexual intercourse with any of them girls, and he never attempted sexual intercourse.
But lock her up.
Exactly, because email.
Because email.
There is
Pedophilia,
nothing immoral or
email.
illegal here. It might just be a little unusual.
No.
But what do you mean, no? I'm telling you, Virgin Mary is 14. That Joseph, he's in his 40s probably.
You look at your 14-year-old daughter and have this conversation with her. You won't.
My 14-year-old daughter loves me. Really loves me.
Not if you treat her like that.
There's boner candidate number 2. The Virgin Mary was a teenager.
God, that makes me mad.
Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Well, what about the dried blood and the bleach?
All right, boner candidate number 3 for round 2, coming up after this big boy news and opinioendo, brought to you by
Urban Armor Gear phone cases. They're redefining what protection looks like. Lightweight, slim, built to endure extreme drops. Trust UAG to protect all of your devices. Now available at all 10 Bad Apple locations. And for a limited time, receive 20% off UAG products. Go to badapplerepair.com.
You know, Don Felder says he has a lot of great memories of his time in the Eagles. I'll bet that's true. A lizard.
Yes.
That can grow to be 8 feet long.
No thanks.
Has been found in Southern California, thousands of miles from its native land. Authorities think it's a pet that has gone astray. The 4-foot-long crocodile monitor lizard was spotted sunning itself on top of a hedge in the backyard of a home in Riverside, California. That'd be kind of creepy, wouldn't it?
Yep.
The crocodile
There's a
monitor.
Picture, x96.com/live. That's a big lizard.
That's a big lizard.
Now that man, that looks like a police officer holding the lizard. He's wearing gloves, but other than that, because the lizard does have kind of claws.
Yeah.
But other than that, the lizard looks to be.
He's kind of smiling.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't look like he's going to be dangerous. I mean, he's not going to claw that guy intentionally. He just happens to have sharp
I bet
claws.
he'd eat a cat.
I bet he would too.
Hell yeah.
It looks like he'd eat a cat.
The crocodile monitor is a relative of the famous Komodo dragon. It is native only to Papua New Guinea and Indonesia, not California, and it's illegal to own them. It's green and yellow, as you might have seen on our monitor at x96.com/live. Green and yellow with big claws, a long tail, and a forked tongue. The big lizard is now being held in animal services.
Yeah, our chat room has summed up that thing. It's a small dinosaur, let's be honest. Yeah.
I think that our friends, the Drages, might have one of those. I think they might.
Creature encounters?
Creature encounters. And, you know what's a dinosaur, by the way? Because I had to do an ostrich impression in that play.
You did very well, by the way.
Thank you. I watched, spent about a half an hour watching footage of ostriches.
Mm-hmm.
They're stupid.
Mm-hmm.
They're creepy.
Mm-hmm.
They're mean sometimes, and they're dinosaurs.
So you're not a fan of them anymore?
They are. Well, I don't mind them. I just
they're because dinosaurs used to have feathers.
They're dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Listen now, a serious local story here, and this just happened this morning. Police are investigating a possible murder-suicide in Mapleton. That's down in Utah County.
It's like Springville area.
After officers they were performing a welfare check, and they found 4 people dead inside a home last night. Police responded to a residence near 1500 North and State Route 89 at about 9:30 p.m. because a neighbor reported family vehicles at the home had not moved. Lights in the house had been off for several days, and the residents had not been seen. A local employer also reported that one of the home's residents had failed to show up for work for several days. Officers got no answer at the door, looked around the home and observed some things that caused them concern, and they removed a window and went into the home. There they found 4 people, a man, a woman, a female in her teen years, and a very young male, plus a dog, all dead from apparent gunshot wounds. Police got a search warrant for the home. They're investigating. The names of the deceased had not been released as of this writing of this story. So there you go. Dead in Mapleton.
Mapleton is adjacent to Spanish Fork and Springville.
It's kind of a higher end, more, and it's sort of more ritzy. Generally, the homes are...
Wasn't when I grew up, but it is now.
Utah is among the most toxic states in the nation.
Toxic
air?
Yeah. Utah
attitude
ranks among the highest producers of toxic chemicals in the United States, according to data and information from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. You know, the liberals. A Forbes.com report shows that the Beehive State was number 3 behind only Alaska and Nevada in the amount of toxins that are released into the environment. This is for the year 2016. That's the most recent available data. The Toxic Releases Inventory Report includes data from over 1,800 facilities nationwide covering industries such as chemicals, manufacturing, mining, and utilities. The total releases were measured in pounds of approximately 650 different toxins that were determined to have considerable negative impacts on humans or the environment.
Where's the good? I thought you were going to do good news.
No, I didn't say that.
No.
In the report, release was defined as chemical emitted into the air or water or placed in some type of land disposal. So we are like the 3rd most toxic state in the nation.
How is that possible? We have our clean coal. Remember our clean coal?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's white. It's white coal we have. So who are the big polluters? Well, the state's mining industry is responsible for a large portion of the toxins in the report, including Rio Tinto, Kennecott's operations at the Bingham Canyon mine. The company noted that while the volume of toxins handled by the mine might be high, the level of concentration is low. So,
oh boy,
yeah,
and we're not going to do anything about it.
Well, it's it's industry. 3-2 beer changes.
Oh, what's up with that?
Maybe coming to Utah.
I think they're going to have to.
I think, yeah.
If Budweiser quits making 3-2 beer, then
let's see, beer on. Let's see, Oklahoma, Colorado, and Kansas are some of the nation's biggest consumers of 3-2 beer. They've also made legislative or voter-approved decisions to now sell heavier beer in the grocery stores and convenience stores. So that means Budweiser and some of the other companies who still make 3-2 beer say, well, you know, is it going to be just for Utah? We're not going to do that.
They're not.
So they'll stop it. Utahns consume about 26% of the nation's 3-2 beer. Anheuser-Busch is the world's largest brewery, and it's
not worth it for them to.
Said they're planning to not do it anymore. They're already saying pretty much we're going to phase out 3-2 beer.
So y'all better start thinking about what you're going to do.
But I could see the legislature going, oh, well.
I can also see the legislature being lobbied by the beer distributors and saying, oh, no, you don't.
No. Now, Sophia DeCaro is the new, she's on the Department of Alcohol Beverage Control Commission, the newest member, and so she was asked about that.
Mm-hmm.
Senate Minority Leader Gene Davis said, what do you think about that if we put heavy beer into the grocery stores? She said, well, I think it would be nice to be able to have that option in a grocery store. As to the exact policy you're talking about, we need to look at it, see what it entails, but on the face of it, it seems like it would be nice if you could, and it would be nice if you could buy that beer chilled, because you can't in the liquor store. The only place you can buy it chilled is if you go to one of the breweries.
Yeah.
Go to Wasatch down on Third West there or whatever. And some other breweries are doing it too.
And Gina, there's just a camel's nose for wine someday in the store.
Wine in the store.
Wine in the store.
So
wine in the store.
Nothing bad happens when there's wine in the store.
So there's
your sign off.
It's Veterans Day observed today, and it's actually Veterans Day tomorrow. There are a lot of things being offered to veterans. Free meals. Applebee's, Black Bear Diner, About Time Pub and Grub, California Pizza Kitchen, Chili's, Denny's. It goes on. There's a huge list of restaurants that are offering some free meals or free parts of the meal to veterans. And I think all you have to do is, have a card that says, see, I'm a veteran.
Yeah.
And then shopping, Bed Bath & Beyond, Cost Plus, Lowe's, Overstock.com, all deals for veterans. Entertainment, Hogle Zoo, the Aquarium, National Parks, Red Rock Film Festival, and then there's other stuff. So just
take advantage of it if you're a veteran.
Find a list. They're everywhere of things that are available for you for Veterans Day.
All right. Weather, traffic, sports, something?
Well, we're going to do sports with Tom Hackett here in just a moment.
Oh, okay.
And giving away tickets to University of Utah football game. So I will just tell you that the weather is nice, partly cloudy, 56. And traffic, it's
nothing?
like we were saying, it's Veterans Day being observed, and so a lot of people are off work. My kids are off school today.
So, yeah.
So Feldman's Deli, Utah's only authentic Jewish deli, featuring world-class New York corned beef, pastrami, bagels, matzo ball soup, a variety of specials, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner, live music Friday and Saturday nights. Check out feldmansdeli.com.
You know, Don Felder was kicked out of the Eagles, but he says he doesn't hold any grudges because most of them are dead.
There's only one of them that's dead.
Don Henley?
Don Henley's not dead.
No.
Glenn Fry.
Glenn Fry?
There's a whole bunch of Eagles. He's the only one that's dead. They're lousy with Eagles.
Yeah, they're all except for one.
I guess I'm just kind of projecting.
All right.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Well, what about the dried blood and the bleach? A Florida couple reportedly shot themselves while staging a home invasion in a bid to collect insurance money. Lindsay Polton and Doug Texeria reported to authorities October 26 that some men had broken into their Deltona, Florida home and shot them. Officers arrived to find the married couple had suffered gunshot wounds and were claiming that $7,000 was taken from a safe. There they are at x96.com/live.
Neck tattoos.
They look perfect for each other.
Their story was that 2 guys entered the house and one shot her in the arm. And when he came out, he was shot in the leg, but we were able to determine nobody broke into their home. Deputies investigating the scene became skeptical when they found bleach and dry blood in the home. If this incident just occurred and they called the police right away, why would you have dried blood and why do we have bleach all over the house?
Right?
Said the cops. Mr. Pelton's father, Carson Tyler, called investigators to find out more about the alleged robbery, and he said, they didn't have anything to rob. They didn't have no money. $7,000? Piffle, he said. Boner candidate number 3. What about the dried blood and the bleach?
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
So boner candidate number 1. Wait. Where did that come from? A guy standing in court. He takes his hat off in court before the judge to be respectful, and a big paper full of cocaine falls out onto the floor.
Well, he's got a lot of hair to hide it in, it looks like. So.
Boner candidate number 2. You know, the Virgin Mary was a teenager. That's an Alabama Republican using Jesus and Mary to defend Roy Moore. And boner candidate number 3. What about the dried blood and the bleach?
All right, here we go. It's round 2. Let's vote. You got to decide which of these 3 candidates is the worst and therefore more qualified to go to Boner Dome for Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day. All right. 1, 2, or 3. Put the candidate number in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Boom. You can call, use your voice, 877-602-9696. Speak! Or go to x96.com. Look for the box that says November 10, round 1. Or no, excuse me, round 2. Because this is round 2. And vote there. If you don't see the box, refresh. It'll appear. And the winner of this one goes to Boner Fight to face the winner of round 1. That's what I was getting to. Boner Fight happens at 9:25. Vote now. Here we go. You've got about just over 4 minutes to do it. Let's go. Round 2.
X96 gives you
Fox.
All right, it's time to award round 2 of your boners.
And round 2 of the boner voting is brought to you in part by Dawn Felder, who promises to sing Hotel California tonight at the Big Pool.
And Haster Games, they have the best selection of the latest board games, Magic, The Gathering, Dungeons & Dragons, and more. It's a great place to stay and play. Remember, Haster has it located at 6831 South State and online at hastergames.com.
So the boner candidate number 1, wait, where did that come from? That's a guy in court. He's standing before the judge, and to be respectful, he takes off his hat, and a packet of cocaine falls out of his hat onto the floor. Boner candidate number 2, the Virgin Mary was a teenager. That's Alabama Republican using Jesus and the fact that, Virgin Mary, she was only 14. Joseph, he was an adult man. He's a carpenter. To justify and defend Roy Moore's alleged dalliance. This is a guy who's running for Senate in Alabama.
Yeah.
His alleged dalliance with a 14-year-old girl and other young girls when he was in his 30s. And boner candidate number 3 was... well, what about the dried blood and the bleach? A couple who shot themselves and staged a home invasion in a bid to collect insurance money. Millie won the Haster gift card, and the overwhelming winner of the boner voting, number 2, Virgin Mary, she's a teenager.
All right, good choice. That one goes up against the winner of round 1 in Boner Fight. It might be Boner of the Day. Boner Fight happens at 9:25.
Now, so we have here in the studio with us a guy we used to work a little more closely with, Mike Chidsey, or everybody just calls him Chidsey.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
So great.
And he is with Christian Madsen, and Chidsey has written now 2 children's books.
That's right.
And Mr. Madsen, Christian, has illustrated both of the books. And one of them is called Today You Learn to Ride Your Bike, and the other one is called Thaddeus, the happiest little mountain goat ever.
Oh, Thaddeus.
Yeah, Thaddeus the mountain goat. Now so Chidsey, how long ago did you walk up to me and talk to me about doing this?
It was a little over a year ago. We actually recorded last year on November 3rd.
So I don't really know Chidsey very well. And he said, I have written this children's book, and would you want to do the audio portion of it? The read it for
the audiobook.
The audiobook. And I said, well, and I thought to myself, I don't have any idea if he can write or what the illustration would be like, and maybe it's terrible. And
I don't want to be associated with terrible.
And so I said, if I'd look at it, and maybe let me decide after I look at it. He said, fair enough. Looked at it and went, oh, this is really nice. I like the little story. It's very simple. I mean, this is for kids. How old, Chidsey? Probably.
Oh, any age, I think. The one you read, Today You Learn to Ride Your Bike, is for kids learning to ride their bike.
Yeah.
I was 5 when I
I was going to say 5.
Yeah. So, and I don't know about Thaddeus, the happy little mountain goat. I haven't had a chance to read that.
We brought a book for everyone, for you all to read. Happy birthday, Gina.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
And
look at these illustrations here.
Yeah, it is. They're very nice.
That's some good work.
Yeah, and Chidsey and Christian are going to be, and I am going to also be tomorrow at King's English, right?
Yep, tomorrow at King's English at 11 a.m. Bill is going to read it for us, and Christian and I will be doing signings.
Now, do we have a little bit of the recording, Bill?
We do.
I'd like to hear a little of that.
Okay.
I don't know which book this is.
No, I only did Today You Learn to Ride Your Bike.
Oh, okay.
Who did the reading for Thaddeus?
My mother did when I was little. That's my first memory I have of my mom sitting and reading with me. So she read that one, and then Bill read Today You Learn to Ride Your Bike.
So here's a portion of that.
Today You Learn to Ride Your Bike by Michael Chidsey, illustrated by Christian Madsen, and read by Bill Allred. Today you learn to ride a bike. Have your helmet on and your shoes tied tight. Look both ways. Make sure the street is clear. You're on your way, so have no fear. You can pedal fast. You can pedal slow. You can choose which way to go. You can ride with friends. You can ride alone. But leave your sister's cat at home. You can go uphill, you can travel down. You can ride your bike clear out of town.
Now we shouldn't
You
give
can
it
ride
away.
along.
Oh, yeah, we don't want to give away the plot.
We don't give away the ending.
Don't want to give away the ending.
No, yeah,
That's right.
Now, so it was fun for me to do it, and Chidsey even gave me money.
He would have done it for free.
Well, I didn't know that, Gina. I need to talk to you next time before
Yes.
Now, so that one little part there that you heard me read, I heard when I listened to that recently, I thought to myself, I did that wrong.
What?
I made a mistake.
What'd you do?
Let me find the page here.
You're gonna make it right now.
I contacted Chidsey and I said, "Is there any way we can re-record this because it makes me wince when I hear it?"
Let's hear it.
Now, so what I don't know if I can read it the wrong way now. Let's see. So the line is, you can go uphill, you can travel down, you can ride your bike clear out of town.
See, I liked how you did it before on the recording, because you had an inflection in your voice that was kind of fun.
See, what you should emphasize is you can go uphill.
Right.
But that's not what I do. I say, you can go uphill, you can travel down. I should have said.
You're overthinking it.
No,
It's
it should
fine.
be,
It's
you can
fine.
go uphill, you can travel down. You can ride your bike clear out of town.
But no one likes to go uphill. That's a lot of work. You don't want to make that sound joyful.
No, you could go up, but you could go down.
It makes me feel
Right.
makes me feel like I'm an announcer on KSL when I hear that, 'cause I'm putting the wrong emphasis on the words.
You can go up.
you can go up. You can go uphill. Yeah. Well, this is great. Now you're going to make tons of money off of this, right?
We hope to break even. This is more of a passion project for Christian and I. We've been working on it for years. And we've actually made it so if anybody buys the book, they can get the audio and a video download with Christian's amazing pictures and your amazing voice.
Oh, nice.
Just for free.
Oh, that comes along with the price of the book, huh?
Yep.
So where's this happening? This event?
This event is happening at the King's English Bookshop. That's at 1511 South, 1500 East, tomorrow at 11 a.m.
11 to 1, and I'll be up there reading, and I'll even sign books, too, if you want me to.
We would love that.
Bill actually sign any book
I'll
at
sign
King's
any
English.
I'll sign any book. People bring me
Whatever
books that have in their library, and I'll sign them.
He's been kicked out of other bookstores for going through and just signing books.
And I promise I will either sign them as the author of the book or just as myself. That's my whatever you prefer.
That is beautiful.
All right. Chidsey and Christian, nice to see you. Good luck. I hope this works out, and I hope you break even and better.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks so much. All right. Anything? Nothing?
Well, I have a sponsor.
Oh, okay.
This is just the music that goes with the sponsor for the fact that most people are off today and the roads seem pretty clear.
There's no traffic.
Get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
All right.
Those two guys could not be nicer.
You seem like nice guys.
They are very nice.
Well, let's see. Now, coming up, do we have a giveaway?
We have the used giveaway, and it's a chance to win tickets, but also a whole VIP package we can tell you about.
All right.
And Tom Hackett overslept. And
he may come.
He may be here. We'll see. But right now, I do know it's time for the Gray Whale Entertainment Report. Friday is the international release date for all music, so that means new music, movies, games, records. At a locally owned and operated Gray Whale location near you, here's what we got. Music, Walk the Moon, their new one. What If Nothing is the name of it. Quicksand, their new one, Interiors, is available. Taylor Swift, her new one, Reputation, is what it's called. Angel Olsen has a new one out called Phases. Electric Wizard.
No Electric Wizard.
Their new one, Wizard, Bloody Wizard.
I think that's Don Felder's new band.
Evanescence, their new one, Synthesis. Movies, Cars 3. Cars 3.
Mary.
Is happening. It's the electronic babysitter. Also, Ingrid Goes West is available today. Killing Ground. And a fun little series from Netflix, Troll Hunters. Season
I've
1,
heard about
Guillermo
this.
del Toro.
Yeah, I
involved
heard
in
about
this.
that.
Yeah. So that's available. Special holiday weekly in-store only sale. Listen to this. All LPs, your vinyl, new or used, are buy two, get one free. I know someone who just bought a turntable who should be aware of this so they can fill up their record collection. All toys, Funko, Kid Robot, NECA, etc. They got a great selection, are buy one, get one free. These deals cannot be combined with any other offer and run till close on Tuesday the 14th. Stay tuned for more weekly offers up through Christmas to help you stock up on your great gifts. Go to graywhaleslc.com, new and improved for your shopping pleasure. Trade in your old stuff for new stuff. They want your unwanted music, movies, games, books, and vinyl. Follow them on social media at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Gray Whale SLC. That is your Gray Whale Entertainment Report.
Hey, this is Todd Newcomb. If you like the old school classics from the 90s, if you like the old stuff from the 80s, even some of the stuff from the early 2000s, join me every...
I was going to mention this article a little bit more.
Oh, okay. This is the Tribune article?
Yeah, this guy calls me. And that's why, I don't know what Richie expected. He calls me. He asks for some quotes. So the first thing you want to do, obviously, is see if he got the quotes right.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you always do? If you're being quoted
I don't want to be
paper?
misquoted.
No.
I might come off looking stupid.
I'm just concerned my name's spelled right.
It is. And I was quoted correctly. I don't know about you, because
I
you
don't
haven't
know.
looked yet.
I was rambling. I was doing my dishes when he called, so I had him on my jawbone, you know.
I was
You in the bathroom?
No, I was at Liberty Park putting my kids on the Ferris wheel and the little all the little death trap rides that are over there at Liberty Park. The little injury-inducing ride. I cut myself on this.
Really?
Allred, in referencing his 5,000th episode on the Radio from Hell program, was quoted as saying, "You little jerk, get on that ride!"
You're bringing the little jerks tonight, right?
Yeah. But the quote, this dawned on me. This was, I think, one of the more brilliant observations I've ever had. The reporter from the Salt Lake Tribune asked me, so why do you think your show has been on so long? Why has it lasted 5,000 episodes when other morning shows and radio shows have come and gone? Some appear and go quickly, some are there for a while, but they disappear. Why have you guys lasted 5,000 episodes? And I said, well, it seems pretty simple to me. It's because nobody ever fired us. Really? I mean, isn't that he kind of paused and he said, well, I guess that is true, isn't it?
Well, but we were
It doesn't
fired.
mean it's good. We just weren't fired.
We were fired once.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess we were fired once.
Yeah.
No, you weren't fired. You could have stayed. You two could have kept doing the show.
No, he was told he would be fired if he didn't sign the contract.
That's what I mean. If you had signed the contract,
I was fired. I was fired because I wanted to be fired. I don't
different.
count that as really being fired. I was fired because I really, really wanted to be fired in the long run. I wasn't going to sign.
You could have kept your job if you wanted.
Yeah.
You signed the contract. You keep your job.
I wasn't going to sign a contract with those people, and I said to myself, if they fire me, I'll get unemployment. So that's what I want. I wanted to be fired.
So you were fired.
Yeah, but nobody's ever really fired.
Like I said,
fired
you
us.
suck. I don't want you to work here anymore. Get out.
Technically, I've been fired. You were never fired.
I've been fired many, many times. Oh, you mean from that
Not
job?
from this show.
Yeah,
But not from this show.
From the show. You've never been fired from this show.
Not from this show, no.
No.
Well, that's where it matters.
No. Never been fired from this show. And I was fired kind of by design, so I don't count that.
Figure News with Carrie Jackson on X96.
Well, you'll have to excuse me because I have to use the bathroom.
Now, Gina made me play that. Gina made me play that because it's something about her birthday.
You got to play
I
that,
got to
Carrie.
play
What are you talking about?
That is one of the songs that will make me rock out.
Yeah, Bill just put his headphones on and was enjoying it.
That song.
It's Faith No More, A Small Victory. It's
Written by Roddy Bottom.
You looked it up.
Billy Gold, Mike Borden, and I think Mike Patton, who's the vocalist, also wrote it.
All right.
Okay, we have a quick giveaway.
Quick giveaway, and then we're going to talk about tonight.
Yes. X96 proud to present The Used Saturday, November 25th at the Complex. Tickets are on sale at ticketfly.com and thecomplexslc.com. I'm going to give you a keyword. You'll text that keyword to 33986. The winner will receive 2 tickets and qualify for a VIP package, including a whole bunch of stuff, including a chance to sing on stage with the band. Here's your word. Quiet.
What?
Quiet.
Huh?
Q-U-I-E-T, quiet. Text it to 33986.
As in zip a lip.
Yep.
There you go. All right. Tonight at the Ruin, it's Gina's birthday, and it's also our Not Safe for Work podcast episode.
Is it now? Is it all the invitations filled?
Now it's full, but we were just talking with Amy. Hi, Amy, from the Ruin, and we're not going to discourage people from coming down if you haven't RSVP'd.
You probably
try a walk up.
People don't show up sometimes. Now we do have a list, and it's
we'll get the people on the list in first,
right?
And then if there's room and you happen to be there at the walk up, maybe if we can get you in, we will.
Now, because it's Gina's birthday, Amy,
Yes.
have you planned anything special?
Oh, the drink.
Oh, we do. Yes, we have a drink.
What's the drink?
It's a whiskey sour.
Okay.
Made with a Sugar House Distillery bourbon.
Nice.
And it's going to be really good.
So just ask for Gina's
All
whiskey
day.
drink.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll be asking for that.
We'll have one ready for you.
And
there's some new things at the Ruin. You should tell people what's different there.
Yeah, we have food now. So
Really?
we do. Yes, we have great charcuterie.
Oh, nice.
We're doing it both on a plate and in a cone, so it's fancy.
In a cone?
Yeah, it's a charcuterie cone for $5. It's
cool.
really good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we're doing sandwiches as well, out of the same like hard salamis.
Yes.
And caprese sandwiches.
I'll have to do those.
We have pretzel bread and beer cheese.
Oh.
Which that is.
I want all of
Yeah,
these.
and hummus and vegetables.
Yeah,
and
all
yeah.
of these.
Now,
Great.
charcuterie, for some people who may not know, it's like usually on a plate with
Right.
some cheeses and different kinds of cured meats.
Right, and pickled vegetables.
Olives
and
sometimes.
Olives,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
a great way to eat.
Sounds great.
It is, and it's been really popular. People are really digging it. I'm really digging it too. It's
how,
nice.
how about now? Are we going to have male strippers come out of a cake or
No.
anything like that?
No.
I'm trying my
No.
There
Because
will be
Richie
a cake.
wanted to do it.
There will be a cake.
Yeah, there's
Yes,
a
there
cake.
will be a cake.
Okay, so birthday cake.
Cake. I think we're cutting the cake before the show starts.
Okay.
Yum.
Right? Yeah.
So I think we're going to start recording around 6:30, correct?
Yeah.
But we'll be there before
Yeah,
that.
we'll start at 6. The recording will start at 6:30, end around 7:30. Right, Dylan? Dylan's the director and producer of this.
And we
Then
actually
we'll hang out till 8. You know.
Amy, we were talking earlier, and a woman said, "Well, I want to come, but I don't know what the parking situation is. Can you tell people the parking situation?"
There's parking across the street at Legacy Village. That's a parking structure. There's parking along the street, and then as well underneath Bed Bath & Beyond, and in pretty much there. I wouldn't park in the parking lot.
So it's Wilmington Avenue.
Yeah.
And it's just up from like Whole Foods. and
Exactly.
The Ruin, that's where you
Bed
are.
Bath &
1215
Beyond.
East Wilmington Ave.
Yeah.
And, there's no parking problem if you do like I do and take a lift.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
I highly recommend lifting, Ubering. It's so much easier and it's safer.
I usually have Dylan pick me up.
He is a Lyft
He
driver.
is a Lyft driver.
So
That's
you should
He
pay
is?
him, Bill.
He is, yes.
That's great.
Yeah, he's been doing that in his off times.
I've thought about that.
Talk
You
to
don't
him.
have any off time.
Yeah,
Amy.
you're
I
always-
don't. You're right. I don't have off time. I'll make it.
Well, this is going to be another good time at the Ruin. Oh, and
Yeah, we're
the Reverend Brad
Yeah.
Wheeler will be joining us as a special guest on the show.
You know Brad?
I do, yes.
Everybody
I'm
knows
excited.
Brad.
Yeah, everybody
I think
knows
He is,
Brad.
he is a Salt Lake legend.
Yes,
Yes,
he is.
All right.
Maybe we can get him. I love it when he tells the story about how I broke up a party he was at when he was in high school.
Well, we'll talk about that on it's the Not Safe for Work episode, so you can use all the good words.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need that. All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank
See you
you
tonight.
guys.
See you tonight.
All right. It's the Ruin. Let's see. We got that taken care of.
Yeah, I think. Well,
No traffic coming up. Boner fight is next. Before that, a little bit of news. Before that, but first we got to remind you:
click it
or ticket.
Click it or ticket.
You know, we were talking the other day about brushes with death. And we had
Mhm.
lots of friends of the program call in and text, and their brush with death was a car accident. And over again, they said, if I hadn't had my seatbelt, it wouldn't have been just a brush with death.
Now, why do we say click it or ticket? That means the Highway Patrol, particularly, will ticket you if you're not wearing a seatbelt. It's now become a primary offense. It used to be they couldn't do that. They
Mhm.
could give you a ticket if they pulled you over for something else, and then they could pile on with a
Yeah.
ticket for not wearing your seatbelt.
But
But
now
now, if
it's-
they
they can
happen
do
to
it.
spot you
Yeah.
not wearing a seatbelt, and it's for your good and the good of the other people in your car.
Seriously, when I think about the accidents that I have been in,
Mhm.
if I had not been wearing a seatbelt, I would have been pretty messed up,
Still-
especially that rollover.
Yeah, still people drive around here without wearing seatbelts still. So maybe you think it's manly or it's my right. Well, it isn't. Click it or ticket.
Join X96 broadcasting live on Tuesday, November 21st for our annual food drive for the Utah Food Bank.
This is
right, 9:21 right now, and we got Boner Fight coming up in just a moment, but first, little bit of news.
Little bit of news brought to you by Lucky's Auto Credit, where $77 and a job gets you a car. 2 locations, Salt Lake City and Ogden. For program details or to apply online, visit luckysautocredit.com.
Well, Gina, a Pennsylvania woman shot her sugar daddy in the face.
Well, then she's not going to have any more sugar. That was dumb.
He broke up with her.
Oh.
And then she faked a robbery to cover up the crime. The relationship between Jennifer Lynn Morrissey, a 33-year-old motorcycle mechanic.
Really?
All right.
With a checkered criminal past, she's been charged with murder, and Michael McNew, a 64-year-old father and grandfather. Their relationship was unconventional, but one that seemed to work for them until it stopped working for them. According to prosecutors, there she is, x96.com/live. That's her and her sugar daddy. According to prosecutors, Ms. Morrissey moved into McNew's home outside of Trenton, New Jersey. For nearly 2 years, he bought her presents, paid her bills, and even covered any court fees from her previous legal problems.
I'll take care of your court.
I got court.
She referred to him as her sugar daddy. But eventually the relationship went south when Mr. McNew tried to end it. Ms. Morrissey shot him in the face.
She was having none of it.
Yeah. I'm not letting you go. I'm going to shoot you in the face. Then Morrissey staged the death to look like a burglary gone awry, but the cops were onto her and they arrested her. I knew you'd like that one.
Yeah, thanks.
Let's see. The New York Times released a damning report on Thursday detailing multiple allegations of sexual misconduct against Louis C.K., who had disputed rumors of such troubling behavior for years. Rumors were floating around, and he would always say, these things are not true.
Although to some of these women, he has apologized and he has admitted, I shouldn't have done that.
The report included accounts from 5 different women who described various incidents of alleged sexual harassment by Louis C.K. The women, the comedy duo who first came forward, described an encounter that took place in 2002. Both women said that they were they said that they didn't leave the room when he took off his clothes and pleasured himself in front of them. They didn't leave because they were
kind of stunned
and paralyzed by it and didn't know what to do. You want to believe it's not happening, one woman said, and she said she felt very ashamed that it sort of happened, and it made her feel ashamed. And she said, I've always looked up to him, and I'd always looked up to him, and there we go. So anyway, don't know what's going to happen with Louis C.K. HBO has severed all relationships with him. FX is looking into it because he has a lot of shows that he produces that are on FX. And
a little more complicated there.
Yeah. You know, there's a real-life Iron Man, Carrie. Ironman? Jetpack.
Really?
A guy with a jetpack. You can't buy him at Costco or anything yet, but
Carrie sounds skeptical.
Richard Browning, test pilot for the British tech company Gravity Industries. They call him the real-life Ironman, and he just set the Guinness World Book of Records for the fastest flight wearing a jetpack.
There he is.
He went, how fast? He hit 32 miles an hour over a lake in England.
So you have to go over water, right?
No.
No?
It's just
I think he
safer,
did it
I
as for safety because he was pushing it.
If you go down,
They do have those, what you're thinking of are those water jet things that are
It's
like
not
jet.
that?
No, this is it's a jet pack. Let's see,
I would just say that he's certainly not an Iron Man, for he does not have an exoskeleton or a suit of armor. He's more the Rocketeer.
He looks kind of nerdy, too, doesn't he?
I'm going to make a comic book reference, please.
There is a woman from Salt Lake City on Project Runway, and she's in like the final 4. The finale of the show is next week. Her name is Ayana Ife, I-F-E. She got her bachelor's degree in apparel design from Middle Tennessee State University. My mom was a seamstress when I was younger, she said, so I'd pick up her scraps and make clothes out of them. She is a Muslim who lives here in Salt Lake. She said, I couldn't find any cool clothes that kept me covered in adherence to my religious rules, So growing up, I mostly wore long, loose-fitting burqa-type garments. But then I realized when I went into the working world that I needed something more stylish.
Yes.
So she designs clothing kind of around the idea that she can cover up, but it's still that stuff
But
that's
it's
still
cute stuff.
And Tim Gunn, who is just delightful, just what a nice man he is.
Yeah.
He showed up at her workroom here in Salt Lake City, looked at her designs and how she was doing, and there'd been a flood or something in her workshop here in Salt Lake, and she said a lot of my stuff was damaged, and I'm set back. I'm not doing. I'm not progressing. And Tim Gunn said, "You just keep at it. Don't worry. You'll be fine." And she did, and so she's in the finals now, and that's really good.
It'd be nice if we could get her on.
Yeah, or even the other guy who's also he's a local. But
Somebody named Brandon.
Brandon. He is from Murray originally, but he's been living in San Francisco.
Based in San Francisco. So. All right.
It'd be interesting to see.
It's Boner Fight with Radio from Hell on X96.
So the winner of round 1 was I needed some time off. A school secretary, and I guess that's why she did it.
I still hate, I don't love this candidate.
She called in a bomb threat, and school was canceled. She used a fake email address, called in a bomb threat, schools were canceled. The police investigated and determined that it was a fake threat. They determined there was no bomb. And I think she was vague about it. She didn't say which school in the system. So all of them were canceled.
Well, she didn't want to point the direction her way.
Yeah. And then boner candidate number 2, the winner of round 2, the Virgin Mary is a teenager. That's what an Alabama Republican official in Alabama said to defend Roy Moore's alleged sexual contact with an underage girl or a couple of underage girls. So that's number 2.
There you go. You've got to decide which one is the worst. Which one is boner of the day? 1 or 2. It's up to you.
You could win Lazzie's gift certificate if you vote.
Delicious. Put the candidate number you think should win in the message of a text, 1 or 2, and then text that to 33986. You can call, use your voice. Hello, I'd like to vote for number 877-602-9696. Or go to x96.com, look for the box that says Boner Fight November 10 on it, and vote that way. You've got less than 4.5 minutes to vote. Let's go. It's Boner of the Day.
Stay tuned for a 1-hour nonstop music wingding right after Radio from Hell on X96.
From the Girl Scouts. And then there's a nice letter say, "Hey Bill, we get you. You're a guy's guy. You have unassuming strength, a casual confidence, and an uncompromising integrity, and are so dumb you don't know this is a form letter."
Wow, they really know who I am.
You know the spread of Sunday's game and have a steak ready to grill and a cold drink waiting in the fridge. You're man enough to be a Girl Scout. So I've been given a membership in the Girl Scouts.
So what do you?
And then I got this.
Do you have to sell your own Girl Scout cookies?
No, I think what that means is they'll hit me up periodically for money.
Yeah, it's a great gift. Then
I didn't want to say that what they're doing is opening a door to something that you will regret later. But
now I get this card. Now, little Bill, sick. He's sick. He was very ill. Barfing and all that. So that explains the card. And with this card came 3 pairs of really nice underpants. Patagonia, silk weight, boxer briefs.
Underpants.
Which I really like. And they're very, it's expensive underwear. I mean, it's like, I think they're $30 a piece or something like that.
You should get a whole pair of pants for that.
So here's the card that came with it. At least I'm too sick to cause trouble. Trouble.
Trouble.
And then you open it up and it says, "Or am I?" ?
This is your Father's Day
Yeah.
card?
Fortunately, you can cover your ass with these. Happy Father's Day. That's it.
Too sick. At least I'm too sick to cause trouble.
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 Yeah, trouble. And
Or
then you,
am I?
And then you open it up.
That's a threat.
Or am I?
That's a threat, is what that
That's exactly
is.
what it is. So it was my Father's Day threat. Yes. Anyway, that's nice to be a Girl Scout, though.
Snowbird was awesome yesterday for Father's Day. There were a ton of people. Saw lots of friends of the program up there. They had garlic fries. It was perfect. They had bacon on sticks. Big, thick bacon on sticks.
So Gina was happy, and that made it a good Father's Day because she got what she wanted.
Well, no, everybody got. Joe got a massage up at the cliff. Daddy Gary got a massage up at the cliff.
Mm-hmm. But first and foremost, they had garlic
They
fries.
had garlic fries
They had
and
garlic
bacon on
fries.
sticks.
Yeah. I went out to the Christiansen Family Farm, Hog Heaven in Vernon, on Saturday and bought a bunch of meat. That was bought pork and beef, and that's actually for my wife's birthday, who's her birthday today. She wanted meat for her birthday.
The gift of meat.
Everybody's got something.
Yeah. You?
No.
Nothing. Nothing. All right.
What? I'm not a father.
Well, you didn't see your dad.
I did.
Oh, you did.
Oh,
see
you
your
did.
dad.
Yeah.
See your dad. How's he doing?
He's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's his
Did you
mustache?
give him meat?
No, he gives me meat.
Oh, okay.
He's the farmer.
Harry gives him money.
Yeah, I give him cash.
We've discussed that. Here, Dad. He does it under the table so nobody can see. Yeah, there you go. Hold out your hand.
Buy some more life-giving medicine. There you go. I'll tell you about Mattress Firm.
Well, Mattress Firm is where, we all have mattresses that we got at Mattress Firm.
I got the Beauty Rest Black Hybrid.
And I have a memory foam adjustable bed.
That's what I got.
That, I can make it almost like a taco.
Bill Taco?
Yeah, I can make a taco with me as the filling.
Taco Bill.
Yeah. So there are all kinds of mattresses in all price ranges at Mattress Firm. They're having their fall asleep sale, 72-hour sale right now. And this Friday through Sunday, take advantage of it. Mattress Firm salutes veterans there because today is Veterans Day observed. Tomorrow is Veterans Day. With 25% off if you have a military ID.
That's a good deal.
Yeah. Also, sleep at the perfect temperature when you get a new and exclusive Beauty Rest Black Memory Foam with black ice. You can get that for just $41 a month for 72 months, and it's no interest, okay? 0 APR for 72 months. Sleep interest-free. Call 1-866-780-6220 for credit costs and terms. Subject to credit approval. Gina has that mattress. You really like it, don't you?
It's yes, it's got the cooling technology in it. You'll love it.
So,
All right.
find a store.
Time to award your boner.
Well, find a store by going to mattressfirm.com.
All right.
Boner brought to you in part by?
Brought to you in part by that delicious Rice Krispie sprinkled spud nut that I just ate half of.
From Johnny's.
Johnny's Spud Nuts.
And Jiffy Lube, they have a team of technicians. They're highly trained in oil changes, tire rotations, radiator services, and more. Visit jiffylubeutah.com for discount services and nearest locations.
So boner candidate number one was I needed some time off. The woman who called in the phony bomb threat. She was a secretary at the school, and she called in a bomb threat, and all the schools had to be evacuated. And boner candidate number 2 was the Virgin Mary was a teenager, you know. That's Alabama Republican using Jesus's mother.
Who was a virgin, by the way.
Well,
that's a whole other thing.
Not for her whole life, but at that time she was, if you believe those stories.
I think you have to legally use the term allegedly.
Yeah, alleged.
Isn't that?
Anyway, this was to defend that icky. I mean, even if this hadn't ever come out, he's still an icky, evil asshat. Roy Moore running for Senate in Alabama.
All right.
The winner of the Laziz Kitchen gift certificate was Nick. And boner candidate number 2, the Virgin Mary was a teenager.
Makes sense. Yeah. All right, that is now your boner of the day for Friday. It becomes a candidate for boner of the week. That'll happen in our next break. But right now,
opportunities are available in all walks of life in Australia. So if you're young and if you're healthy, why not get a boat and come to Australia?
Your mom didn't know you had a theme song, Tom.
I know.
This is Tom Hackett, who is former University of Utah punter and now a sports broadcaster on ESPN AM 700 from 2 to 6. 2 to 6. I keep having 4 in my mind because he complains about having to be on the air for 4 hours.
Every day.
Every day. It's hard. And he's here with his lovely mother from Australia also. Makes sense.
Say hi, Ma.
Lou.
Hi.
Hi, Lou. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
And you just came in for a bit of a visit, or?
I did. I came over to run the New York Marathon, and then I came to see Tom.
You ran the New York Marathon?
Wow. I tried.
She died.
Did you finish?
I did.
How much time?
Nearly 5 hours. It was so long,
But,
so hard.
But she tore her hip tendon 2 months ago, and so she wasn't able to run very far. The furthest she was able to run before the marathon, so it's 26.2 miles. The furthest Ma was able to run, I think, was about 10 miles, 20 Ks, if you know the...
Yeah.
Anyway, so she did well.
Yeah, and so you do this, you run marathons occasionally or a lot?
There was a 7-year gap between the first and the second. So, no, I don't do it a lot.
Okay.
I'm not sure I'll do it again.
I ran one, and there's been a 30 or more year gap, and I don't think I'll ever do another one.
Yeah, okay, I don't feel so bad now.
Yeah, no, don't.
Hey, you finished.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I know, but, yeah, it was hard. I hobbled.
Was it? I always thought it would be really fun to do the New York Marathon, though.
Just because of the location of it?
Yeah, just the spot and all of that.
And the crowds were amazing. Mm-hmm. They hand out bananas, oranges, water, tissues. Mm-hmm. They cheer you on. There's music, there's bands. It was amazing.
Well, I just go for the snacks and entertainment then.
Okay, now we need to talk some sports here, but before we do that, I want to ask you one question, Lou, if I may.
You may.
I talked to your son at some length on a podcast, the Let's Go Eat Show, we call it. You can find it at theletsgoeatshow.com. And he was talking about moving to Utah, and he said, before I left Australia, my grandmother, that would be your mother, right, Lou?
That would be.
What is your mother's name?
Elizabeth.
Grandma Elizabeth said, you're going to Utah? Be careful. Don't marry a Mormon. Is that what she said?
That's what she said, Bill, yeah.
Yeah, why?
Why did your mum say that?
And I said, why did she say that? And Tom said, I have no idea.
I actually have no idea either. She misses him dearly, so I think that was her way of saying, please come home.
You better come home.
That's
I bet that's it.
Yeah.
Don't get caught up with some Mormon girl and stay in Utah for the rest of your life.
It'll make you stay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right.
Okay, now at the end of this, we have some tickets to give away to the Utes Washington State game. It's Saturday, and you can buy tickets at utah.tix.com. Now, if you try to win these, you need to pick them up 2 days before 5.
So that means
don't try to win if you can't do that.
Downtown Salt Lake between 9 and 5 is now and 5.
So who's you playing?
Washington State.
And what is the prognosis?
8-2 Washington State. Only 2 losses on the season. They both come on the road, but their quarterback's from Logan. I don't know if you knew that. Yeah, he walked on to Washington State from Logan High, and he needs 2 more touch. He has a lot of records, by the way. He's like a phenomenal quarterback. I don't know how he kind of went under the radar. Nobody picked him up as a scholarship athlete. But he needs 2 more touchdowns, and it could well come in his home state this weekend, tomorrow for that matter, to break the all-time Pac-12 touchdown record.
Wow. So that's interesting that so apparently he was a really good player in high school up in Logan.
Yep.
But nobody kind of recruited him, huh?
Not many people go through Logan, I guess. So the recruiting, they come to Salt Lake City. Maybe they'll go to Provo, see Timpview high schools. But
so if the U does not win this game, and it's kind of dicey, even though they're at home, if they don't win, are they out of bowl contention?
No. So basically 3 games left, including tomorrow. They don't have to win tomorrow. It's going to be a tricky test. They probably won't win the week after that either because it's Washington. They're ranked currently in the number 9th in the country, and you have to go away to Washington. Fantastic stadium, by the way. They don't tailgate up in Washington; they sailgate. Sailgate.
Out in the water.
Out on the water. It's about 50 yards from the stadium. They literally get off the boat, walk about 50 yards, and they're in the stadium.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the final game, Colorado. That's our best bet.
Mm-hmm.
And we need 1 more win to go bowling. So the best bet, if it doesn't come tomorrow, will be Colorado Senior Day.
But they could. I mean, things could gel, and they could win tomorrow.
Things could well gel. With how they played last week, it was very impressive. So you never know, but this is a good Washington State team, good defense, much better defense than the last couple of years, and of course a very good offense. So, but again, their only, I should say, 2 losses have come on the road. Rice-Eccles Stadium is hard to play in.
So I looked it up, and Weber State University, because even though your former kicking coach is the coach at Weber State, you just kind of blow them off and say, I have no idea what they're doing.
No, I could care less.
Tomorrow, Weber State, my alma mater, is playing Portland State. I think it's here at 3 p.m.
It would be. So I do know they just beat Eastern Washington, and Eastern Washington were a pretty big team in that division. Portland State were meant to be good, but they stink. I don't know if they've won a game this year.
Yeah, and so Weber State is tied for the lead in the Big Sky Conference with SUU.
Southern Utah, there you go.
Yeah, so
Utah representing.
So call right now if you want to win those U tickets for tomorrow's game, and you can come pick them up today before 5.
Listen to Tom Hackett every weekday on ESPN 700 from 2 to 6 p.m. Working hard. He's working hard.
You should be proud of your son, Lou.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. We like him a lot.
We drink plenty of beers after the show.
Good.
And I know you don't want him to stay here, but we kind of like to keep him.
I'm okay now. He can stay.
All right. Well, maybe you should move here. How about that?
Too cold.
And we'll win. It's a win-win. All right. Thank you very much, guys, for coming in. Appreciate that. Let's see. We'll be back with Boner of the Week coming up. First, got to tell you about proflowers.com. Fall flowers. How about this? Long-lasting bouquet in their favorite fall colors. This is a great idea. The best-selling cinnamon cider roses.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
Are a great option for a birthday or anniversary or any fall occasion. Well, go to proflowers.com.
Okay, I'll go.
And click on the blue microphone.
I see it. It's right there.
Use the code X96, and it'll take you to a place where you can see the cinnamon cider roses. You can also see the 100 autumn blooms or a dozen autumn roses. But you can't lose because no matter which bouquet you send, you get 20% off of the ProFlowers unique bouquets of $29 or more, only if you use the code X96. Now, I know this for a fact. ProFlowers bouquets guaranteed to stay fresh for at least 7 days or your money back. I've had them last more than that. You control the delivery dates. You get more bloom for your buck. So 20% off all bouquets, $29 or more. Proflowers.com, but you got to use that code X96 at checkout. Proflowers.com. Join us, Radio from Hell, for our upcoming Not Safe for Work show.
It's not a big deal, but I guarantee you, Gina, if today were the day you were going to court at 8:15, you would not have come to work.
It's true.
You wouldn't have come to work.
That's true.
I would too.
No,
I don't think you would have.
You would have said, I got court. And we'd say, when? And you'd go, I don't know. And that'd be it, you know.
I'm not sure.
You wouldn't come in.
Court sometime.
I got court sometime. I don't know.
on another topic, totally different topic. Yesterday, we went to lunch at the Lone Star Steakhouse in Sugar House with the staff, and Gina was there with her baby, and I was the little Jonesy, who's almost a year old and just as cute as anything, and I was the only person at the table who made the baby cry.
Well, she's my daughter. She knows you make me cry
Everybody
day.
else is going and doobie playing with the baby and
Again,
being cute
Gina,
with the baby.
that doesn't work because I didn't make her cry.
That's true.
And I've made you cry.
That's true.
On the radio.
I went and sat down by the baby to, just kind of bonding. Hi, it's your Uncle Bill. Cried.
Even Artie Fufkin didn't make her cry.
No, I thought for sure Artie was going to make her cry.
Hello, baby. Hello, baby. Hello, baby. Hello, baby.
He did
Hello,
that for like
baby.
10 minutes.
And kept waving his hand.
He said, "Don't eat trans fats or you'll end up looking like me."
Even Artie didn't make the baby cry.
Artie could have picked the baby up and placed the baby in his mouth, and the baby wouldn't have cried. The whole head, and the baby wouldn't have cried.
I think it's your facial hair. Might make you look scary. I'm just guessing.
Was I the only one there with facial hair?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Heather. Just kidding, Heather.
She hasn't experienced a lot of facial hair. Maybe.
I don't know.
And then I brought her over to you later. Like, it's safe with mommy holding you kind of thing.
She
and I
didn't-
gave Bill a hug. See, he's nice.
She didn't cry then, but she was barely holding it.
She had the face.
Barely
She
holding it together.
She had the.
You could see she
face.
was just like any second she was just gonna.
It was the face.
We were there for 2 hours, and she was good the whole time we were there. I didn't have to get up and walk around with her once.
Are you surprised?
No, but
Are you bragging?
yes.
Okay. So she's like that all the time. You're just bragging.
Yes.
Yeah. And she didn't do that once, does she usually? Well, no. Well, wow.
She ate all kinds of things for lunch I didn't eat. She had tomatoes. She ate the tomatoes off my salad and my onions.
Did not.
And then, she ate all
She
my
ate-
onions, and then I picked onions.
She really ate
oh,
onions?
yeah. Loves onions. Then I said, Carrie, you gonna eat that onion?
Here.
But she doesn't have teeth.
She has 4.
That onion even had blue cheese dressing on it,
Yeah.
Gina, which is something
That's
else
what
that you
I'm
wouldn't
saying.
eat.
Well, now that says a lot to me, and because when I sat down by the baby, and maybe this is why she cried. I went, "Hi, honey. God, your breath stinks." That's why she cried. That's why she cried.
longest running morning show in Utah. That doesn't necessarily mean it's good, but, I mean, come on. You know, we'll take what we can get. X96.
All right. Is this sponsored?
But just quickly, before we do Boner of the Week here, I meant to do this. I got an email, a boner correction.
Okay.
And it's from, I think you forwarded this to me,
Yeah.
Carrie. We had a boner candidate yesterday. This is from Adam. Carrie, will you tell Bill that the girl who won the boner today is a bonehead, but the pictures they wanted weren't from the car that was in an accident? So remember, we had the boner candidate yesterday. Said, please send us a picture of a front view and a side view, a profile view. And the girl sent a picture of herself, and the insurance company sent back and said, no, we meant a picture of the car.
Okay.
Well, I didn't read the whole. Sometimes you do that. You don't read the whole story. You don't have time. And down at the bottom, it said, it wasn't because the car had been in an accident. She was intending to put the car on her grandmother's insurance policy. She wanted her grandmother's insurance to cover it. And so she was adding the car to her grandmother's policy and the insurance company. So it wasn't of an accident. So it makes a little more sense that she might have misunderstood. A little more.
Well, do you want to leave it in consideration for Boner of the Week?
Yeah, I still do because she calls her grandmother Meemaw. So, so that's
the boner is Meemaw.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, it is time for Boner of the Week,
and it's not sponsored, so just dive right in.
So Dave, the flower guy, is here to select. Hi, Dave.
Hello.
Dave, we're gonna get right into it here. Here are the candidates. I know you've been paying attention all week.
Yeah.
Boner candidate number 1 for Monday. Oh no, not the horrors again. This is a guy who was harassing his neighbors for over a 4-year period of time, and he did this about 30 times a year. He would pay for prostitutes to go to their front porch and knock on the door and then start stripping or doing other things and then run away. Took 4 years for the cops to catch this. Boner candidate number 2 from Tuesday. Return the computer or we will prosecute. It's a 14-year-old girl who has a condition that left her unable to speak. She has a special, very expensive computer that allows her to translate whatever she can do into words and communicate with people.
It's the only way to communicate.
Yeah. And someone stole it. The police said, look, if you bring the computer back, we won't prosecute you, but if you don't, we'll track you down and put your ass in jail. Boner candidate number 3 from Wednesday. You know, Mr. Hagen's physics class is too hard. This is a physics teacher in Atlanta who was in a beef with the kid in the class and said, you know, you're the kind of kid who's going to get shot before you're 21. Somebody's going to put a bullet in your head, and it might be me. A teacher saying that to a student.
Yeah.
Boner candidate number 4 from Thursday. I don't need pictures of you. I need pictures of the car. That's the one we just talked about. And boner candidate number 5 from today. The Virgin Mary was a teenager, you know. So, Dave, who's the boner of the week?
Number 2.
Return the computer or we'll prosecute.
Oh, yep.
Good choice.
I can see that one.
And I haven't seen a follow-up on that story, so I don't know.
All right.
Thanks, Dave.
Well, thank you, Dave. All right, well, let's do the promo. All right, Gina.
Sorry, it was just a little awkward. I wanted to read through it for a second before I dove in.
Oh, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that.
We are just as glad as you are that it's the weekend on Monday's Radio from Hell show.
At 6:45 on Monday, Amy Donaldson will be by with all the sports from the weekend and an article that will make you cry.
Then at 8, Bill Frost, our TV reviewer, will be by to do just that, review TV.
At 8:45, Geek News on the radio and tickets to see John Cleese from Monty Python.
And then at 9, we have tickets to see The Used.
That's all on Monday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
All right, good
Professional.
enough.
Hi, John.
Carrie, Bill, Gina.
John Smith.
Good morning.
Hi. I saw a question from somebody who wonders if the deep voice guy who says that thing about us working in a spider-infested studio and now we have a nice one. He says, does that guy work for you or is he somewhere else? If he were here in the building, we'd beat him up.
That's right. No, he's in
Brian.
He's somewhere
he's
far
a hired,
away.
I don't know.
hired voice.
He's a hired gun.
Where's he located?
I think he's in L.A.
In L.A.
Oh, that's close enough to go beat him up.
Yeah.
But you've got Doug who does a lot of your stuff too.
Yeah,
Who
Doug
works
does some
across
of
the
our
hall.
stuff, but that guy specifically is the one.
You don't
who
like
says-
Brian?
Well, we think he's got an attitude.
Well, he's supposed to have an attitude.
Well,
we're an alternative
the
station.
wrong kind, though.
Bad attitude.
We're edgy.
He's always putting us down.
He's
He's always
always-
doing. He does things like this. Here's Carrie, Bill, and Gina. Stuff like that.
Maybe we should invite him out. Have a sit down.
Yeah.
Give him a.
In the alley.
No. Yeah, we'll give him
Talking.
some medicine. We'll teach him how to respect people.
We'll show him what for.
What you got today?
I have used tickets at 2:00. I have tickets to see Justice League next week, and I've got tickets to the Down the Rabbit Hole, which is going on. It's the guys who used to be on MythBusters.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
They're doing a live show, so I've got tickets to that we're giving away.
That's very cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right.
All the good stuff.
That all sounds just wonderful, and then you'll be here too.
I will be here too.
Yeah. Just an added part of the show.
All right, so we'll. Yeah, Ivy says that we should find a sweet British lady for our voiceovers.
Oh, I think that'd be nice.
Instead of the edgy.
It's the
Or we
radio.
could get Tom Hackett's mom.
Do I have time to share an embarrassing story with you guys?
Quickly.
If so, I was at Cafe Rio last night, getting my pork salad on, and I go through the line. I order my food, my wife's food, my kid's Nino quesadilla, and I reach in to grab my credit card to pay the bill, and my wife had put a Post-it note in my wallet that said "Love you," and I pull out the credit card, and the note attached to the credit card, and I hand it to the big black guy working the cash register.
So he gets a note.
And so he's holding this note, and he's looking at me like, you love me? And I'm like, excuse me? I hadn't seen the note.
Oh,
I
it
had
was a
no idea what he was
secret
talking
note.
about. So,
Secret note.
so now
So now do you have a boyfriend?
Now I have a boyfriend.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, well, that's nice. That's nice. I hope you two.
We're going out this weekend.
I hope the three of you will be very happy.
Love you.
Oh,
I
I'm not,
like it.
That
I'm
would
not
be
fast
embarrassing.
enough. I have the perfect drop for this, and I'm not fast enough.
Yep.
Here it is. There you go. All right. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Nothing bad happens when there's wine in the store.
All right. John Smith is next.
Please keep listening.
A 1-hour nonstop music wingding starts now. Utah's original alternative, X96.